and discuss it because we have the
starting stream.
We have the blind
We're
taste
connected.
test.
Yeah, the blind
Waiting
taste
for craft computing.
Oh, I should have brought my sample glasses for that.
It says we're streaming.
What we can do?
Do you guys actually care about this show?
No.
A little bit.
Boom.
So we're waiting. So, hey, we're live on one.
There we go.
We're live on Twitch.
There we go.
And we're live on YouTube.
Welcome aboard Twitch
baby.
and YouTube.
First try. Would you get...
Oh.
John, we're live now.
John's always drawn to phallic shape things.
What up, all? How's it going? How you guys doing?
Doing great.
doing
Happy to
good.
be here.
Yeah,
Happy to
pretty
be
good.
here.
Happy New Year, everyone, and
Cheers.
welcome to Talking Heads, episode 63.
What? That's not 69.
Let's
That is a real bummer.
let's try this. I'm Jeff.
I'm Steve.
I'm Rhett.
I'm John.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? Special show.
First
What am I
of the
trying to say?
2019.
First show of 2019.
Yeah.
A little bit of a special show. For our New Year show, we usually try to have everyone on, and I say usually because, well, this is only our second New Year
Yeah.
show.
Well, it's a precedent. We started it.
Yeah.
Two is a precedent.
That's right.
Two's now a tradition.
So now it's a trend. It's a tradition.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show, everyone. We're going to do a little bit different for our New Year show. I'm going to try to do a year in review, try to bring up what are our favorite news topics from the year. And since this is the episode right before CES, we're also going to give some CES predictions. So no beer news, but plenty of beer to drink.
Lots of beer. We have a small
we
plethora
have a
of
full
beers on
plethora of everyone kind of like, oh, 6-pack. Well, let's buy another 6-pack because that sounds cool.
Well,
everyone brought one.
Well, I brought 8 beers.
Yeah.
So I brought like a bomber for each person twice. I think John did the same thing. Steve brought a little bit of homebrew. And Rhett brought some new craft beer that we haven't heard of before. So
French import.
It's a French import. It looks very festive.
It's the special holiday packaging.
French Rainiers.
So let's get right to it. What do we want to start with?
So we do have something special. Steve and I do have something special. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do it now or we can do it later.
I'm happy to do it now.
But
if everybody else
Steve
is.
and I watch it. We both homebrew. We talked about this on the show. And Steve and I both have a homebrew of winter ales.
Yep.
Completely different styles. It's
a winter warmer.
It's a winter warmer. I did more of a spiced ale. But Steve and I kind of earlier on got into the discussion. Oh, mine's better. Yours is better. Well, let's have Jeff and Rhett
on-air
blind.
competition.
Like
There you go.
they have no idea whose is who.
Yeah.
And
Well, I don't know how you're gonna do blind now that we can do.
we can do. Well,
one of us would have to pour it then.
Yeah. So one
Well,
of
this
us
feels
would
like a
pour it.
warmer to me.
Yeah. Well, you don't know who. I get. Yeah, whatever.
It doesn't.
I know what a spiced winter ale is, John.
I have objectivity.
So
For
yeah.
the sake of the show.
But again, you might be like, this one's better tasting, better, well balanced, whatever.
I can tell you whose is better. I can certainly tell that. So, Steve. Yeah. Why don't you get the...
All right. We can do some.
You guys spoiled me.
Well, that's not this beer.
I mean, we could wait to do this, but I was so excited about this idea. I was like, why wait?
Oh yeah, no,
get
let's
it
do
out
it
of
now.
the way, yeah.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I've got...
Well, it's gonna be the.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
I wouldn't call it a palate cleanser because we haven't drank anything
Right,
yet,
right.
but it's gonna be a good start.
It's like an appetizer.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
appetizer.
so-
Yeah, that's perfect appetizer.
We got
Beer
the-
appetizer for the smorgasbord that's yet to come.
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Baby's
man.
glasses.
You toss over to it.
Recognize the logo.
You guys should be thanking me that I only brought what I brought.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be like the water at the end.
Yeah.
After this whole
That'll
thing.
be the real palate cleanser.
Now, what else we got? We also got the Ballast Point, the Spruce Sculpin IPA.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I did a review on that.
Yeah, John already did a review on
Oh, that
that.
must
so
have been where I saw that.
Yeah. If you like John's channel, not too many people do, but you have to see it. It's there.
I mean,
I pimp it whenever I can.
Yeah.
I do.
And then
will say
we
yours
got the
gets a little bit
Fort
more
George.
than
What was that? Waves of Silence.
in the waves of silence.
I thought it was like another name for a sneaker wave.
All
Waves of
right.
Silent.
Ooh.
There we go.
All right.
I don't know which one's which. Oh, okay, I know which one's which already.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got yours?
I got mine.
All
So
right.
we're all gonna rate these.
You can rate them. Whatever. You know
What are we starting with?
Who knows? Find out yourself.
We'll go from lightest to darkest.
The lightest to
That's right.
darkest.
Right here.
There we go.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa.
This is
All right.
very spicy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year, gentlemen.
Boop, 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 boop.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Cheers.
Very spicy.
So this is John's.
That's
beer.
John's. that
is
little,
really spicy.
That
It's
little
got-
allspice and
it's got
nutmeg hits me right off the top.
Very,
It's
but
very-
lots of Christmassy spice.
Very-
It tastes like a gingerbread house.
Yes.
Yeah, it
it's,
really
it's
does.
very Christmas spicy.
Yep.
Dude, I'm on board with this.
It's not bad. I like it.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different style than what I have. So
It
I don't
is.
think-
Whoa,
There-
you're getting real defensive real quick.
I'm not. I'm just saying the mine's not gonna taste like it.
I did say I had to pour this about an hour ago.
Yeah. No, I had to do the same thing with mine.
Yeah, yours actually held better carbonation than mine.
Yeah, yours had a nice head when you
Oh, I
poured
see.
it.
So mine is fully carbonated. You've been over.
Yeah.
It's
Do you carbonate it like yourself, like after the fact?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wasn't
so
sure,
it's all force carbonated.
Was this one? You didn't bottle this one too?
I did not.
This
I
one?
did not bottle or can this one. This is cake draft only.
Draft on. Okay.
Yeah, this is it's not bad.
No, yeah, it's
It's actually pretty good. I would drink it.
it's
Like, I'd drink a lot more.
7%.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Buckle up.
yeah, it's a nice 1-2 glass. You're gonna feel good. Very spicy though. So if you don't like tasting those Christmas notes, those nutmeg, the cinnamon, clove.
And I love,
Yeah.
clove you can definitely
If you don't
get a
like
mouthful of
tasting
that.
any of that stuff,
You should remember if you wrote down the recipe. Remember the amount of spices that you put in this.
Yeah.
And then next year, use those spices in a milk stout, and then it'd be like a.
that would be pretty good.
yeah.
Like
Pretty good,
a chocolate and yeah.
Yeah.
Is it weird though? Like, I would even drink this like spicier. Like, I
See,
really like those.
I
notes.
like.
I think it's right on the edge of spicy for me.
I like super spicy because I want to for winter Christmas stuff because I want it to taste like you were saying gingerbready. I want it to hit me in the face of.
like
Oh,
eggnog,
it
gingerbread,
tastes like Christmas. It
tastes
tastes like eggnog or a spice cider
that's what
or
I
something
want.
like that. It's very
To me, I almost want it a little sweeter actually.
yeah
Like, okay.
yeah. That's what I need.
Here's a real dumb suggestion. I'm gonna start off 2019 with a dumb suggestion or dumb question rather, dumb question. But like, I'm thinking like, what if we just like you drink mulled wine? Like, what if we mull this a little
Oh
bit?
no!
So
I've done because at Taproom we did mold.
Did we really?
Yeah, I did mold.
Did some mold
beers.
ciders.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we did mold cider. Oh, it was
I've had
fun.
mulled
Those
cider.
were
I've
great.
had mulled wine. But could you do a mulled beer?
Oh yeah, sours. Mold
Yeah.
sours are phenomenal.
Yeah.
2019's off to a good start. That was
I was fully preparing for it actually wrong.
No,
I was waiting for the first one.
I even had
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Get out!
I even had a video where I did a hot stout and I had a mold sour I was going to do. It just didn't have time to do it.
And wait, wasn't it last time on the social we talked about a flip?
Yes.
Yes, we did
When are we gonna do a flip?
I
on the
got.
show?
I got.
We were gonna do it last week, but John and I couldn't get our schedule together.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had to. I thought I had one day off, and they gave me the previous day off instead.
And our days off
And,
didn't
and our
line
days
up.
off didn't line up, and so Jeff and I were gonna do a flip. It was it was gonna be fun. We were actually even gonna shoot it here.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you thought about running a highly successful YouTube channel just
Just to start.
Well, I tried doing the highly successful part. That's really hard. I done the YouTube channel, but the highly successful, that's hard.
You're actually pushing more videos than I am.
That's all. I drink more.
You're gonna have a huge back catalog someday, and somebody's gonna find you.
I will say I have a actually pretty big back catalog
Yeah.
of stuff I haven't edited yet. But then I go through, I'm like, the lens on that looks like crap. And I got Jeff loan me a new lens, and all my
so
new
much better
videos,
now,
it looks so much better
Yeah.
now. But enough about me.
Yeah. Actually, I need to let you borrow this lens again. This is the one that you were shooting on for a while.
Oh yeah. No, I like the one you let me borrow. It was really
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
It's got
So,
Anyway, I'm going to move on to the dark.
yeah.
Because I want to
move on to the
compare.
dark.
Whoa.
Well, you can
Cheers
cheers.
again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What, is that okay? I just
That's
like
fine.
clinking glasses.
right.
Drinking should be a 5-sense experience.
This is darker and maltier.
It's a darker and maltier, roasty.
I'm not getting a roast to it.
I get a
Mine's-
No,
Mine's
this
something
is
different.
this is a traditional winter
This
one.
Winter.
This is good.
both different styles of
Completely
winter
different.
beers.
Drastically different.
Drastically
So,
different.
My preferred winter style beer is gonna be this spicier, but I always prefer darker beers. That makes sense. Trying to compliment you both. Am I doing well?
I don't know what the ABV is on yours.
No, this one's six and a half.
Okay, so they're roughly
They're-
all
they're-
over.
they're
They're
close.
about the
They're
same.
close,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're close.
This is good though. This is like what you would sit next to a fire and drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
know.
winter warmer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a winter
winter
warmer.
warmer.
Yeah. It has a definite darker roasting or maltier note.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
not getting really any roast to it. Maybe way on the back end after everything's settled and I've already swallowed and it's
It
kind
has a certain cola nut quality.
Colon quality?
Cola nut.
Oh,
It's what
wow.
I say about all dark beers.
Oh.
It's become an inside
Like-
joke now. I'm just going to keep saying this about dark beers.
I was like, colon quality. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, colon quality.
Colon cleansing quality.
So
I tried the joke, guys.
Yeah.
I tried the joke.
Yeah.
Colon nut.
It went good.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. John, I think I prefer yours.
Okay.
But between the two, I think yours is better. Yours is a little bit more complex. I think there's a little bit more to it. This is much maltier, and like I said, I'm getting a little bit of roast. I could use something else
Well,
kind of in the middle
This
of it.
when we first kegged this, there was a lot of spice because there was spice in this too.
Was there?
But,
Yeah.
But it dissipated like you barely tasted it.
Okay.
When I first kegged it, you can taste it, but it went away.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say Steve's is like 3 weeks, so almost probably even a month older
Okay.
really?
than mine is.
Okay.
So what,
Yeah, 'cause I
why
cleaned
did
it
it
in October.
dissipate, do you think?
Oh no!
Well, they do that after.
yeah,
a while.
What
it-
type of yeast did you guys use? Did you guys use different strains?
No, I just
my-
used an American
American
ale.
ale.
yeast,
Yeah.
Oh.
American ale yeast.
Yeah.
It's probably the you'd be surprised of the stage of when you put the spice in.
Yeah.
The amount
I
you do.
have found that like clove and cinnamon are the ones that'll
Quality.
dissipate the fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
and
will
if,
go
if
away
you
really
had
fast.
if you had some clove that hit me like right in the middle of this, I think that would be very well balanced.
I
But
get,
but for me,
like,
I'm getting a lot of malt, and then it's
Yeah.
just kind of hollow until I get a little bit of that roast.
Yeah, once I get to the very back, I
the
kind of
back.
do get a little bit of clove now that you say it.
Yeah, it's
But
so
up front,
slight.
it's super malty.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I love malt.
But yeah, for me,
so.
it's just a little unbalanced. Like it's good. I could totally drink.
Yeah, no, I mean I drink.
I
this.
mean,
It's
I'm
fine.
just gonna go.
You gonna mix the two? There you go.
What?
It's not a bad idea.
Little graveyard.
All right, you tell
I
us how
got-
it goes. And
I
maybe
get a
I'll
little
follow suit.
spice and a little malt.
And actually, that might fix them both.
Damn, Jeff, just bringing out the brutality.
Well,
here.
I'm not
Actually,
being brutal.
That's not bad. It kind of reminds me.
I'm not
of-
being brutal. John's is good, but it could use a little bit more sweetness or something else to kind of mellow out the
more
spice.
malty.
I
What-
think I
what is
drank too
burr?
much of
It
John's
kind of
beer.
reminds me of a lighter version of burr. Like
Interesting. Interesting.
not a super hoppy burr, but like a lighter version of Widmer's burr.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Well, it definitely took the roastiness of this down, or the harshness. I
Yeah,
guess.
the
I don't know.
harshness.
Yeah.
It's kind of mellowed
Well,
out.
and
sweetened
it
out.
adds just the amount of spice
The
that we were
spice
talking
that-
about.
yeah.
Actually, that did exactly what I wanted it to do.
With our powers,
This is the winner.
John, I knew you were onto something.
This is a collaboration now.
Yeah,
That's
here we
right.
go.
Officially, a
Yeah, the
collaboration.
collaboration.
SNS conglomerate. All right, let's let's get into what were our favorite stories of the year. I know I have a couple that kind of stuck out in my mind. I'll kind of start with what were my favorite like tech things of the year.
Yeah, let's hear
Okay.
it.
So I really liked Threadripper 2. I think that is
The announcement?
my the release of Threadripper 2, which
Okay.
is the Zen
Yeah.
Plus architecture, 12 nanometer. That I think more so than the release of Ryzen and Zen Plus in March, Threadripper 2 and to a larger extent Epic, the second generation of Epic, is a huge shot across the bow of Intel.
Right.
It is guns squarely at where Intel makes their money.
Yeah.
And the way that it's hitting and where it's brought multi-threaded processors down into the consumer space and the prosumer space and the workstation space, the level of PCIe lanes that you get, the level of RAM and ECC support that you can get with that, and the power efficiency. I think Threadripper and Epic are going to be huge breadwinners for AMD in this new year. Because remember that they didn't launch it in full until like October or November.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so-
no, it is definitely a 2019 release.
And 7 nanometer Epic is just like now maybe starting to trickle out into the wild. But once those hit and people start buying them, because I've said this a number of times with workstation and server products, Show me what you can do with your first generation. I'll buy 5 of them, and we'll kind of play with them.
Yeah.
If that product is stable, solid, power efficient, etc., etc., when you come out with your second gen product and you've proved you've refined it, I'm going to buy 1,000 of them now.
Yeah.
And I think people are on that hair trigger waiting to fire on Epic and on Threadripper too. That is probably for me my favorite thing of the year, because it means we have competition across the board. And that's really what this industry needed for quite a long time in the CPU space, was competition across the board.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. My personal favorite actually was, because when you released the notes, kind of what I put in was basically just the whole AMD Intel battle.
Yeah.
And personally, my more favorite was the AMD shots across the bow. But those are super...
Oh, and their marketing was on fire.
Yeah, that was actually more my favorite, was the little tidbits that AMD were just throwing at Intel. I just...
Xeon was big, so was Cole.
Yeah, I know. It was hilarious. Or the 86, what were they trading?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious to me.
So Intel released the 8086 CPUs, and actually I have that slide ready to go.
Yeah, that cracked me up.
So
I think
beginning
it
of
was
the
probably
year,
the best things.
what was that? April, May, something like that?
Yeah.
May, I think it was May,
Intel
yeah.
gave away 8,086 of their Intel 8086
right.
i7
Yeah, those classics.
CPUs.
Yeah, the classic CPUs. And then a week later, something like that.
Right. So anyway, cool move by Intel to kind of like bring a little bit of hype to what has kind of been a lackluster couple of years for Intel as far as product releases go. I mean, the 8700K was great, but the 9900K got it to scorcher. Their i5 series isn't doing all that well because they compete directly against Ryzen, and honestly, Ryzen's better bang for the buck.
Yeah.
And just across the board. The only reason Intel still holds that title is because the 8700K and the 9900K are Halo products. And so, no, that's what you call them. They're called Halo products. And when you have the best of the best,
Not
when
pew pew Halo.
when you have when you're Audi and you have an Audi R8 with a V12 turbo, and everyone goes, "Oh, I so want that car," you're going to sell 1,000 Audi TTs to get a glimpse or a glimmer or a taste of what that R8 is. And for Intel, it's the 9900K. Everyone goes, well, Intel makes the best CPU for gaming out there.
Yeah.
So, you know what? The i5-8400, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
it's the not so good cousin.
It's almost as good as the...
It's the economy model.
And that's, it works in cars, and it works in CPU processors. And
guitars.
Right. And I've said this a couple times too. As soon as AMD takes the performance crown from Intel, they will take the Halo from Intel, and all of Intel's other chips will stop selling as well.
Oh, yeah.
One could say it's a veritable blood gulch. Huh?
Pistols only?
Pistols only! Meet me in the middle, son.
That's right.
Gilroy.
So, right after Intel announced the 8086K processor, I believe it was a Computex, is when they announced that processor.
It was some festival or whatever.
Festival, yes.
It was a
The
festival.
CPU festival.
Yeah.
CPU festival.
The festival.
The annual festival of CPUs. Annual migration to Thailand.
They all danced around the warm server.
Who invited these guys?
So right after
Free beer, shut
Intel
up,
announced the contest for the 8086K giveaway, they gave away 8,086 of these brand new processors. AMD, in a perfect marketing move, said, tell you what, the first 40 people who won one of these CPUs from Intel and can verify that they won, so if you have a verification email from Intel saying, I won an 8086K, you can turn it in for a Ryzen Threadripper 1950X.
Yep.
Straight across.
Straight across, which is like what? Double the power.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
You got a 6-core processor
who
from
wouldn't do
Intel?
that?
That's cute.
I think that was a story that aired one of the nights I was there. It's funny to think that AMD is just
Yeah, they're
laying it in. Laying it in.
Sorry, V10, not V12. Sorry.
Yeah.
The R8's a V10.
But yeah, I think,
I knew it was wrong as soon as I said it, but I wasn't going to correct myself.
Throughout the year, AMD's marketing is actually, I mean, they've been releasing some fantastic stuff and announcing some fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
But their marketing, I think, is actually almost a little better than the actual product because I'm
Yeah.
so involved now in the marketing. I chuckle, I laugh. I want, what are they coming out with next with their next product? Well, how are they going to advertise that next? I want to see that. How are they going to... Oh, Intel's coming out with something. How's AMD going to rebuttal?
Right. How are they going to counter it?
Yeah, how are they going to counter that? And it's going to be hilarious.
And every single move that Intel has made to kind of maintain their traction, AMD has just countered perfectly.
It's kind of all fallen flat a little bit. What they're offering.
Yeah.
Which is going to be kind of interesting to, well, I mean, once you guys go there, to see what they offer at CES or see what they're doing.
Absolutely.
To kind of bring their A game.
Yeah.
Because that's where they're going to bring their A game. Because it's going to set the pace for the new year here.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. This year I do some gig work for this big tech company, and one of our clients this year was AMD, and they were doing hardcore weekly boots on the ground. Like every retailer you go in, they want you to poll customers, they want you to poll employees.
Hey, so if you were going to buy a gaming system this year, what CPU did you want in that?
Right. And they basically, they flat out ask, what do we have to do to make sure you don't buy Intel?
Yeah.
You give it to me for free.
Yeah, there's a start.
You want $100 off? Well, it already is $100 off. Here you go.
Yeah.
But
Look at that.
What's interesting, there's nobody doing that for Intel, at least
No,
as far as I
that's
know. So.
yeah.
Well,
They're
yeah,
just-
like the
they're
whole
blitzing super
whole
hard.
story that it was is like Intel's been resting on their laurels for the last couple of years, coasting on their reputation, and their reputation's starting to go down a little
Well,
bit.
you think they'd see AMD growing over there on the horizon, but
AMD's stock price rose 79% this year.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, but it's hard. It is hard to have that company and see it like, oh, Intel's got to we got to make traction. You can't just flip on a switch and be like, let's go.
No, and like I said, this has been almost a 2-year build-up.
Yeah, it is. But we're
ahead.
probably not going to see anything from Intel for another, like you said, 2 years. It really won't be 2 to possibly even 3 to 4 years.
Well, for them to get there's
development
down. So that's why it's going to be interesting this year because obviously they don't have the smaller fabs up, so they got to do something else. They got to do something way more interesting to kind of hold that market. Ooh. That was close.
I spilled one drop.
Your favorite keyboard almost took a bath.
Not again!
This would have been a perfect review for it afterwards. Look at this, it still works.
It works just fine. Hold up to 2 different beers.
So if anyone watched my...
if it was just one of the beers, maybe.
No,
Both
maybe.
of them, no.
Oh my god.
So I got to get this in. So if anyone watched my Viper V765 keyboard review, the water-resistant keyboard, so they sent it out, and Viper reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to review this keyboard? And I said, I'd love to. I'd love to do a little bit of a water-resistant keyboard, and hey, those switches look interesting. And I love the feel of that keyboard. And I knew it was water-resistant, and I knew I was going to give it way overkill for what water resistance should be. So I dumped an entire one of these glasses of water onto that. Now, originally, I wanted to open like a 16-ounce Bud Light and pour it over the top.
Be like, that's basically water.
Right, exactly. But actually, I just didn't go to the store and buy one. So I'm like, I'll just do water. It's a water test. So I poured it on the keyboard, and I knew I immediately overdid it because there's water seeping out of the seams of the edge of it, coming like over the top of the RGB diffuser on the side and whatnot. I'm like, oh man, I way overdid that. And so I'm dumping it out and whatnot. I'm like, wow, okay, well it still works. It's still typing. The RGB's still on. My camera SD card had corrupted, so I had to redo that take.
No.
I had to do it twice in a row.
I don't think you even told us that.
No one knows that. So I had to do that.
Inside information. Inside scoop, right?
So-
This is why you watch Talking Heads.
So I had to like 20 minutes later go back and redo that take again. And you can tell there's like a giant wet spot on my desk when I'm pouring the water, and so I had to redo it. And it's like, oh man. Viper then reached out to me after I'd posted that video, and this is like 2 days later, and they said, I finally got a chance to watch it. I think it was hilarious, but you way overdid the water resistance test. and can you please make a notation in the video that these are only IP56 rated?
So what you should have done is while you waited for that 20 minutes for the keyboard to dry, gone to your local grocery store and bought that Bud Light.
I should have.
That would have been
What, they don't got Bud Light down at Dollar General?
They actually do.
You should have instead of that, you should have just taken it in the shower and you're on the keyboard in the shower.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Got out your little donut
then you could have like a shower beard.
I've already been in the shower for this show.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, that's a
time then.
Shave Club.
Don't badmouth Shave Club. I want them to advertise on my channel again.
What
look at
is
that.
Speaking
going on?
Where's
there's
Where's
a towel on the ground right
We
over
don't
there.
need them, you rookie.
yeah.
Oh my
What,
God.
is this the first time you ever drank before?
Yeah,
now?
seriously. It's just me and Steve now.
Yeah, that's right.
Just a little. I spilled one drop. I'll have you know, and I caught mine.
One drop more than me.
Yeah, absolutely. Although,
I just wanted the stain of my fingers on Jeff's table.
Yeah.
That will stay there
no, it
permanently.
probably will.
Yeah.
I live by the
Evidence
old
is what they call
adage
it.
that...
Evidence.
I live by the
John,
old adage
as
that-
if I was worried about it at this point.
Right, yeah, good luck.
But now you know this is me
Right.
touching the table.
Yeah.
Looks like a kid.
Yeah, I bought this table for I bought this table for a desk almost 4 years ago, and
Come back next week, it's all burnt off right now.
and it was actually supposed to be a desk in this room long before I had imagined doing a YouTube channel or anything like that. And so this was my computer desk for a couple years, and it's fantastic. But it's an unstained, unsealed, just slab from IKEA. It's like a $90 slab, and I used it as a workbench a couple of times, and it did okay. Well, I brought it up here, and literally the first video I shot on it was my Dishonored mod rebuild, where I had to refill the water loop, and I spilled a whole bunch of blue dye.
Yeah.
And so day one in the new office, this thing died.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, I was so mad.
That's why you always use natural wood grain color dye.
That's right.
In a couple of years, when you're big, this will be all Italian marble,
That's right. That's right.
gold lace.
Seems like a really bad way to spend
Everyone
your money.
will sign the table and be like, "Here we go. This is vintage craft computing."
Steve, a couple years.
Oh, okay. In a couple months, whatever.
There you go. That's better. Gosh. So
So anyone else have anything other from 2018?
any other tech that you were really excited for?
You know, I
Well-
ended up not being excited for it, but it was cool.
Oh,
kind of experiencing
yeah.
it from the ground up. But the RTX release
Yeah. I
was
was just
pretty
gonna say
fun
the
to be.
exact same thing.
Yeah,
It was pretty fun to witness. I will say that.
kind of being a part of the story from start to release.
Well,
Right.
the elation and disappointment at the same time was just
Right.
like, when I saw this stage demo that they did, I was excited about what they had to offer.
Absolutely.
And then when we actually did the live demo, I'm like,
Which was the first demo in North America.
right.
Right.
I was,
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
there's
the
gotta
demo,
be some more of this.
the only thing that they didn't do wrong in the demo is be like, what, don't you guys have phones?
Yeah.
We'll get into those later. When we get into gaming news in 2018. Oh, and there's a lot of that to get to.
Oh my god, yeah.
But no, the RTX, I will say I'm excited for ray tracing in general.
Yes, sure.
It has been the pie in the sky for a decade.
Yeah.
It is what Pixar decided to shift over to for CGI, 12 years ago, something like that. So all Pixar movies that you watch, they're all ray traced.
Yeah.
That's what gave that smooth look from
Yeah.
Toy Story 1 to Toy Story 3.
Right. Right.
It's been the
it's why
lead
Cars.
into gold gaming.
Yeah.
Right.
standard.
That's why
It's
Cars
been
has
the pie
that
in the sky.
background. There's that really
Well, no,
in-depth
it's
look,
the
really
it's the
cool.
reflection on the cars.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
glossy paint finish on everything. It's the
real-time
natural looking
reflection.
Yeah.
light.
I'm just waiting for them to go back and recreate Far Cry 1 with its water graphics and ray tracing technology.
Ooh,
It's like,
there you go.
And then it'd be like, the water looks the same, guys.
Yeah.
it's that good.
It's that good.
So for everyone poo-pooing ray tracing, everyone poo-pooed rasterization and shaders when they first came out
Yeah.
too. Why do we need shadows? Everything looks fine with generic just blotches on the ground. No, they don't. And there's a reason we advance this technology, and there's always some growing pains. And right now we're going through some growing pains because I think NVIDIA released the technology before it was consumer ready at the gamer level that we expect today. Now, 15 years ago, if you had a new technology that ran 30 frames per second, we'd be elated.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking 2000, 2005, we'd be elated at 30 frames per second for the most part. Now, if Quake didn't run at only ran at 30 frames per second, there'd be some major outrage because even then we were pushing 200 frames.
Right.
But in general, the PC master race has gone from 30 FPS locked versus consoles at 24 kind of staggered, to, we can do 60 FPS locked and consoles can do 35 FPS kind of staggered, to now it's like 90's kind of the threshold of what I consider playable.
We're getting
and if you don't do 90, screw you.
It's also because in the 90s, CRTs were way more prominent, and they had a much higher rate. And then just now, our monitors
1600 by 1200 at 90 hertz is what I used to run, which was
90 hertz was the norm.
Yeah.
Now we're just getting to be the 144s are just starting to be
that's standard. Yeah,
they're just starting to
144
come
like
out.
that 120 is like that's your standard monitor now.
Yeah. Right.
See, and it's interesting because I think it's a combination of that PC Master Race gatekeeping we've talked about on the show a couple times, but it's also because I think majority of people who listen to those gatekeepers and get into it, they're already kind of resistant to technology because we put in this much money on something and this is what it is. Like why would we need anything else? This is creme de la creme,
right?
And
there's
a resistance to it.
Yeah, there really is an air of superiority around a lot of the PC Master Race, and I don't want to call PC gaming that. Just around PC gaming in general, for newcomers, it's like, just build yourself a computer. As if it's so easy for a newcomer to come in and not be crapped on for going, well, can I do this? Well, no, you don't want to do that. Are you stupid?
I think
there is so much of that for the newcomers in the community. It really is a turnoff. And there's so much gatekeeping in this community that we need to understand. If someone is just wanting to build a PC and play games, you can do that.
You don't need the high-end
stuff. I can do that with a Ryzen 1200 and a GT 1030.
Yeah.
I can do that with a Ryzen 2200G. There's no reason in the world that's not doable. Doable at 60 FPS in most games.
I think that sentiment is coming down a bit because I do see a lot of YouTube videos where they're looking at what's the budget build, most performance I can get out of this budget build and stuff like that. I see a lot of those videos, and they're pretty popular. So I think that the
I've got a couple of those.
That sort of economy build idea, or that like sort of economy brand mentality, has been strong for a long time, and it's not going to go anywhere. And I think it's always had a real strong presence on YouTube. It's just that people don't necessarily start there. They're not like, okay, here's where we go. I want the mid-tier stuff, I want this. It's like they look at the best stuff first.
Well, that's because they look at the best stuff first.
And then
was first off driving.
I want a Ferrari.
And then you're like,
if every 16-year-old picked their car, they'd all be
getting their Ferraris.
Yeah.
I'm driving 16-year-old me's dream car right now.
It took
yeah, me too.
It did.
Ford Contour, 1998. Great year.
Living the dream.
Yeah, in fact, it just took my hubcaps off because they're breaking. So
the plastic.
Those plastic Walmart spinners. Yeah, those are sick, man.
Well, yeah, they just get a little jammed from all the dirt in there. They don't spin anymore. So. Thinking about clipping some of those bicycle spoke LEDs on there, really bring the life
That's
back.
what probably people think ray tracing are. It's like, it's just like spinners and everything. It's just going to pass.
It's a fad.
It's a fad.
Yeah, just like widescreen monitors.
Has stancing your car passed? I'm not in the current trends. That Stance Nation, bro? Has that gone away? The camber on your...
Oh, that's... No, that's still a thing.
That's still a thing. You don't know that? That's a big East Coast thing, man. Like
it showed up locally for a couple of years and then it just died. Like you don't see it anymore.
That's because
all.
You didn't catch on to spread the word,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I have the car for it too. I've got the 350Z.
You need it.
Right.
You need the camper attachment.
Yeah. So our RTX. Give it another year and a half, 2 years for it to develop, for new cards to come out, for the technology to get better, for developer.
The gaming industry
for
really
the
needs
gaming
to catch up.
to start using it.
I really think that this next year is probably going to make or break it because I know NVIDIA put out a lot of proprietary technologies and stuff like that just never took off.
Right. They just open source physics, by the way.
Yes, they did just open. We talked about that. Yeah, the open source physics, but that physics came out a long time ago. That was 2004 or 5, around that time.
Yeah,
that was when the individual daughter card came out for the physics chip. But I mean, that didn't really even get heavily integrated either. I mean, there's plenty of physics in games now.
No, that was right around PCIe revolutions. That would have been 6.7. 0607.
Okay, that's perfect.
Because it was a PCIe card.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
wait Probably
honestly,
2 years.
two
Ray
years.
tracing will be ubiquitous, and you'll forget all of it.
I think that's the big thing. We have to wait for the games to come out because right now, even since the release,
There's
we haven't
one game.
We haven't even seen the list get longer.
And that's the
either.
thing. I don't want to see a game adaptation of, we configured this game to kind of adapt to ray tracing.
Well, that's the thing.
And you want it to be developed for ray tracing.
Right.
Yes and no, but the thing is,
you don't want to do that.
It can naturally integrate to engines, and you'd have to go back into the game and tell it what the light sources are.
Yeah.
But once you've done that, the work is done.
Well, I don't want to see a 3-year-old game.
Right, I don't want to see
re-release
Grand Theft Auto 5
Well,
with
I
ray
guarantee-
with
I
ray
disagree
tracing.
I disagree
with
with
that.
that.
I disagree with that. I kind of would like that. I wouldn't
No.
mind like breaking out Skyrim and see what
if
ray
you
tracing would look like
if
that.
you said a 5 to 6-year-old game, like a really older
Well,
game,
you also-
but not
I mean-
it just released 2 years ago. Everyone beat it. All the extra packs came out for it. The expansion packs and everything like that just came out, and we're all done with it. Hey, let's re-release it. That's crap to me.
I mean,
As
You're
far as
right.
paying for
Morrowind
it, as-
re-release with RTX, absolutely. I'm there 100% of the way.
as far as paying for it, fully agree.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
as
I
far
would
as
pay
paying
for it. No,
for
yeah,
it, that's what I'm saying.
As far
or
as an
something like
update for the game, because honestly, like I said, it'd be reworking what are your light sources and how powerful are they, and then at that point, the engine literally does everything for you.
That was.
And-
I
and
guess
if
that's
you release-
my point.
and
if
if
they
you
were
release that as a free
re-releasing
update-
as a $69, here's a $69 upgrade. You can get
You're
now
also
ray
not,
tracing
you're
for
also
the
not
same
going to
game.
see any kind of AAA developer creating a game that's going to be directly around ray tracing. You might find some small independent demos that will do that.
We're gonna get some
but there's
Beat
gonna be-
Saber
there's-
with ray tracing.
Yeah, you might.
Sweet.
That's small enough, probably will, but
Quite honestly, ray tracing would probably do very, very well in VR.
That's what I was
the
just
the
thinking,
thing
too.
is that
It's the screens.
We can't talk about that yet. Dang it, I can't talk about it until next week.
Oh, yeah, sorry, guys.
It's a preview. That's why I brought it
I
up.
had a point to make, and I went, embargoes tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow, new video coming out, right around 10 o'clock Pacific. I'm still waiting to finalize the time, but the video is done. Rhett is in the video.
Yeah, I'm the star, actually.
It is my longest
This
video
is
yet.
the longest video yet.
35 minutes.
Oh, whoa.
it's
Jeez.
There's nothing in it.
What the crap
know.
is with you
I'm
tonight?
waiting for you two because I want another beer.
What, are you chomping at the bit for that Ronier?
Yeah.
Go get it.
What are we having? You want the ballast point?
Let's do Ballast Point.
yeah, that's about
IPA.
we don't need glasses for that. We can just all do bottles.
You need the aromatics.
All right.
It's
Okay.
a-
okay.
I
pour
really-
beer
All
on
right.
this show.
I
Okay,
really
I-
enjoy-
Honestly, if somebody wants a little extra from mine, I'll share.
Well, you don't think
you
you're
don't
gonna
like?
like it?
You don't like?
No,
Fine.
I'm sure I'm gonna love it. It's just I don't want to not drink all the beers.
Oh,
And-
you want to pace yourself, is what you're saying.
Right.
Oh.
and I have a
Well,
long
pace
drive
yourself.
after this, so it's like I would like to taste the beers with you guys while also not getting shit
That's
faced.
fine.
Okay.
Steve
Well,
and I-
here's what you do: is finish as much as you can. We'll get you another glass, pour it into that, and at the end of the show, me and John will drink whatever you.
Oh, I
Drink
don't-
whatever's left.
I
dump it into
I totally will do.
We'll drink the grain.
To do a scum bucket, whatever.
All right. Yeah.
Say, I will say in John's defense, we are really tight in here today. This table was designed for 2 people, not 4.
That's fine.
I mean, we're doing great.
Yeah, we're doing
No,
fine, man.
I'm in the shot. Yeah, can I get this at the end? Can I get an aggressive pour because you want some
Yeah.
aromatics?
So
I think it smells good.
Almost perfect pour.
I'm not saying this is the world's greatest IPA or anything like that, but I think it has really good.
All 3 of us got gnarly
It
pours.
smells delicious.
A very
Yeah.
very nice sweet piney. It is
smells really
right
Pine-
between
pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the sculpin kind of almost
Right.
has that pineapple flavor.
Yeah.
But with the spruce tip, it kind of reminds you again like the New England style, sweet style mixed with a classic Northwest piney.
I like it. I don't know what to think about that.
What are you doing, Rhett?
just trying to get a little bit ahead because I poured too.
It looked like you were trying to
Yeah,
pour it
you
down
were
your
like,
pants.
Yeah.
Because it was under the table.
saving some for
They're
later.
gonna drink this graveyard grog later.
I'm gonna squeeze it out of my underwear.
They said hang on to it. No, I was trying to pour it well, and then I was like, wait, I want a little bit of head on there and get some aromatics.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a real interesting flavor, right?
Whoa.
So it's
Way
7%.
different from the nose. Way different.
It's way different from
Is
the
it?
nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nose,
Oh,
the nose just smells like a really good piney, almost IPA. The taste has got
It
some
it
just
fools you.
weird.
No, I like that.
It's not. It's not.
I don't know. To me, it
bad or
kind of
offensive.
smells the same.
The flavor is not sweet at all.
No, it's
We're
not.
on the nose. It's very,
Really
very
herbal.
sweet, very
Yeah.
pineapple, very citrusy.
That spruce gives an IPA a twist I don't think I've ever had before.
I've been drinking a lot of spruce tip like IPAs
Yeah.
and stuff, and even like some gins and stuff that had the spruce
Yeah,
tips.
yeah.
All this like,
And it tastes different than this, right?
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
This is just way more. I don't know how to describe
It's
it.
unique. I don't know. When I had it, I just enjoyed this because it's unique, but yet enjoyable. It's
I'm
complex.
gonna have to sit on this for a while.
right.
It's
Yeah.
complex.
It's
real fresh.
I'm not ready to say it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'm not quite there.
I guess.
I like it.
Yeah, after a couple drinks.
I will go as far as say it's not offensive.
This
Yeah.
is
I'm not
warm.
gonna spit it out.
It has been. It's a little bit warmer than when I served it myself in my video. I will say that the colder
It's
it
not
got.
that warm. It's 42,
It's
45.
I had a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
It should be served maybe 3-4 degrees cooler than this.
Right.
But
I mean, I was
But it's
thinking
not warm.
This is one I would have went into Capital Tap Room on a hot day and got a half pint of probably.
Yeah.
oh no, full pint. No problem.
Well, I'll have another half pint of something else.
Something else. Oh yeah,
Right.
we would watch Star Trek or something,
That's right.
or South Park.
All right. Anyone else have any other tech that they were
Tech?
excited for this year?
Absolute tech.
Absolute tech.
Absolute tech.
Absolute tech.
We'll get into the story we all agreed on in a minute.
Yeah.
There's a story we all agreed on.
Oh
Yes.
yes. If you didn't see the notes, you
Jeff
agreed
and,
on it.
Me, Jeff, and John all were like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to do that one.
It's like when Jess says, "Oh, think of a story you really enjoyed in this past year," and all three of us probably thought the same thing because I thought of it.
That's immediately where I went,
went.
and I literally thought, no, someone else is going to say that.
Yeah, I wrote it.
Right. So I really enjoyed Intel's flub at Computex with their 28 core.
Oh, the water
chilled.
chilled. We need a cooler,
Right.
super freeze cooler in the background that we're not going to tell anyone about, and no one can demo this.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
no, you
glued
can-
together processor.
Right. Well, no, you can demo it. Oh, wait, we only have one 20 amp breaker in the hotel room. Ooh, that's not going to work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. So
that was a great flub again, but that goes back to the Intel AMD like rivalry of, and didn't Intel particularly like try to spike AMD by saying we're going first, we're going 24 hours ahead of you, and we're gonna announce this sweet check out all the cores we got.
No, they came out after. They came out the
I
next
thought
day. No, Intel went first because
Intel went first.
and Intel went swinging for the fences, going, we have a 28 core at 5 gigahertz.
Intel went
Right.
first, and they were swinging.
And then AMD went, yeah, we've got a 32 core coming out for consumers, and it's going to be 4.2 gigahertz, and it's it's $1,600,
yeah, and it doesn't need a freezer.
and it doesn't need a freezer on top of it. Any questions?
I like the absolute tech is the worst flavor of vodka.
You know, the other tech news I did love was the craft computing benchmark whiskey.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
The whiskey benchmark.
The whiskey benchmark and all the flack Jeff got for it.
I
No,
still
so many
get flack
people-
for that video.
I know it's not
go
super
through-
big tech news, but I still.
You scroll through the comments, it's just like, really?
It's great.
You got
comment.
nothing better to do right now?
It's some of Jeff's best comments.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Steve, you have anything that kind of pops to mind?
Not absolute tech.
Not absolute tech.
Absolute
Yeah.
tech.
I don't blame you there.
Yeah. It really was an AMD Intel year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that I did was what Rhett mentioned was the RTX, and that was the most thing I was excited for.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was really excited for us to try the demo at PAX.
Yeah.
And when I did, I found it interesting, but my excitement level went down a couple notches at that point.
Oh, absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah, I think we all had the same reaction coming out of there going, it's cool?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think the vlog we ended up not doing anything with on the way home, but it was like, yeah, we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, we filmed a whole travel vlog. The problem is I didn't plan what I wanted to do in the videos that I did up at PAX. So we filmed a couple interviews, and we posted those, but I had this whole other thing that I wanted to do, and just none of it materialized.
It just never panned out.
Right, it just never panned out. So the shots that we got weren't great. The commentary during those shots wasn't great. The car ride up and back was fine. We actually filmed the entire way up and back, the whole 5.5 hour drive.
There was
to
some
Seattle.
funny stuff that I heard that I was not a part of, but
Yeah. Super chat, heavy palms. Cheers from
have a
vacation
really cool-
in Tampa.
Tampa.
Cheers, buddy.
cheers.
Going bush
We
garden, I guess.
we had that really cool intro we had to do twice.
Oh, no,
I thought that was really fun. Yeah, just shape up.
no mention of the overclocking wars between Jay and Steve. That was freaking epic. That was YouTube at its absolute best. The Rip Jay, Rip Steve, Rip GN. That overclock battle between those two was amazing television. You could not have scripted any better drama between those two. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And then their Bauer comes out and just wipes the floor with both of them. And posts a video just in that German smug way going, I know I'm the best.
Hey, cheers, Del Toro.
Eric Del Toro.
Toro. All the negative comments on that whiskey demo are just because they're jealous they didn't get to smell the results. I got to smell the results. You do not want to smell those results. Oh my god, that thing was bad.
Well, that whiskey that you used, which was benchmark whiskey,
was already bad whiskey.
Yeah.
It was McAfee's benchmark number 8. Yeah. You can buy it at your local whiskey store for like $7 or $8.
Yeah, it was not.
It was dirt cheap.
I don't know. That looked way fancier than 7 crowns.
Do you want to take it home?
Really? I can do that. Oh no! What did I get?
As a gift to you, it's still
To a gift to you, my friend. Still half a fifth in there.
Oh my gosh!
McAfee's benchmark number 8.
How is that not going to like a Discord channel giveaway?
My liver hurts.
Be like, soon we'll do, Jeff, we should do a benchmark between how high can you get your CPU to where how drunk I can get.
How high can you get your CPU? And you just got a bong up to the fans, and you're just like, "Go, my sweets, go!"
How high can you get your CPU with what alcohol, and how much can I get drunk off of that?
So I'm really hoping to get enough hardware in next year where I might stand an outside chance of being able to compete in like a Rip J, Rip GN competition, because I have a secret weapon. So that's I've
gin.
Yeah,
it's
gin.
Gin.
I've
It's
mentioned
Adderall.
I've mentioned what it is on the show a couple times, so a couple of you may have picked up on that. But I have a secret weapon down in my garage that if I ever get into an overclocking battle, it's on, and it is on hardcore.
He has a freezer. He has an air compressed freezer. Yeah.
He has a corpse that whispers secrets to him.
That's right. Oh, sweet mother, tell me your secrets.
Yes.
He's been working on digital cocaine.
It's crypto.
Yeah. Crypto cat.
Crypto cocaine.
Crypto cane.
All right, that is a great segue.
But yeah, I was about to say, like, speaking of cryptocurrency,
crypto.
You're welcome.
So all of our favorite story from the entire year was not just the rise and fall of cryptocurrency, because it started to fall flat at the end of 2017.
Yeah.
But it really took a hard nosedive right at the beginning of the year.
oh yeah,
And
recently it took a big dive.
Yeah, even
It's bad.
well, no, it's continuing to
It's
fall. Is what
continuing,
it's
yeah.
doing. But if you remember last December, so December 2017, crypto or Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $17,000. Today it's worth $3,400. Ethereum did the same thing. Ripple did the same thing. By the way, I went ahead and brought out.
Oh yeah.
Dang, those are worth a
Oh
lot.
my god!
Oh my god! I'm ruined.
You owe them money.
These aren't real.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a bunch of Bitcoins.
Wait, why is this spelled wrong? BIIT?
Why is it got Stevenson?
Why is it got Stevenson?
So we all agreed that our favorite story that we did on for the year was all the way back in February. I believe it was our
February or
Valentine's
March,
Day
yeah.
episode. It was late February. Steve and I did a story on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It was a knockoff of Bitcoin, Bitcoin, and it had a celebrity endorser in Steven Seagal.
I forgot.
It was the best.
The
best cryptocurrency. The most kick-ass cryptocurrency.
So here we have an article from Hot Hardware. Bitcoin and Ethereum values plummet at cryptocurrency goes bust. And this was posted all the way back in August. And the market cap for Ethereum settled down to $256 after being at an all-time high of $1,200 in January. So it's worth less than 20% of what it once was. Bitcoin did the same exact thing. It peaked at about 17,000 and is worth about 3480
It's
a coaster
as of today.
Now, I thank all of my friends who participated in this grand experiment and allowed me to watch and benefit from your suffering. So
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been fantastic to watch people.
So the rise and fall of Bitcoin was a big story, not only in the cryptocurrency market, but in the graphics card market. Because if you remember back to the beginning of this year, you couldn't buy a graphics card. You literally couldn't go to the store and buy one.
No, they were sold out everywhere.
I tweeted out sometime around February that I was pissed off at Fry's Electronics for price gouging people because they had dozens upon dozens of GTX 1060s, 1070s, and 1080s on the shelf. They were selling 1070s for $900.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I was so pissed off I sent out a tweet. And I try not to be very controversial in my Twitter account. My Twitter account's like, hey, what am I drinking? And hey, come watch Talking Heads. And hey, this is a picture of me sitting in my studio being all ticked off at something. That's it. I was walking through Fry's looking for something to do. And they had a 1070 on the shelf for $900. And they had 3 dozen of them on the shelf.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, the rise and fall of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general was a huge narrative of 2018.
Yeah, it was big.
But I think it's all summed up by yours truly.
The Steven Seagal.
He karate chops it all right.
Right. So, Steven Seagal was a celebrity endorser for Bitcoin or Bitcoin B2G. So, Bitcoin second gen is what they were trying to call it, but it was in no way affiliated with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was actually using the Ethereum blockchain, ironically enough. So Steven Seagal came out and endorsed Bitcoin, as we've come to call it, due to the extra I. And we actually took some flack for covering this story.
Yeah, that was the best part. Was like after one week after you and Steve
you've read the
did
comment
that,
section on that video.
the
It was
comment
pretty
section
funny.
just blew up as almost as bad.
Well,
as,
no, there were like 2 guys that did it, but one guy in particular, and I screenshotted it.
Oh, one guy, he just went nuts. They're like, this is legit.
But do you have the screenshot?
We do.
I have it loaded. So if you want to engage in an online discourse,
Take notes.
2018.
hey, douchebags!
That's not what it started.
That is line 1. Hey, douchebags, are you going to man up and offer an apology to B2G and Steven Seagal? Be credible when it comes to information. You owe it to your subs. And stop seeking views because you can end up looking like a fool. And then he posts... So he's trying to argue the legitimacy of Bitcoin, which I kind of understand if you're invested in something.
Yeah, he's probably got $10,000.
But in an ethical discourse, I'm not going... I'm going to call out like a multi-level marketing. I'm going to call it like Amway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's say I want to sell for Amway. I'm probably going to use Amway's website to vouch for the legitimacy of Amway, right? So he did the same exact thing. He used the bitcoin2gen.pr.co website to vouch for the legitimacy of Bitcoin. So...
This comment right here, and just follow my logic for a second. The very last word here is fool.
Because you can end up looking like a fool.
Okay, who also was fool was their catchphrase?
Yeah.
Well, you got Pity the Fool.
Yeah, Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Yeah.
Who was a big star of the 80s. Who also was a big star of the 80s?
Steven Seagal.
I am not unconvinced.
Oh.
It's not a Steven Seagal fake account.
Oh, because I thought,
Marlon Pierre.
Yeah.
Hey, douchebags.
I kind of thought, I felt we were all under siege.
Yeah, one could say that there was a fire down below.
So let me tell you, I went ahead and responded to this comment, and I like interacting with the comments most of the time, but this one was particularly pleasing to me. So you can end up looking like a fool. Just because it launched doesn't make it any less shady in its coin, and I spelled COIIIN. I added an extra I in its coin distribution. Don't call us douchebags. It really doesn't help you win any arguments. And no, I'm not changing my opinion on Bitcoin or Steven Seagal. Because I called him out in the comments of that video. Now, it gets...
it keeps going.
It continues.
Yeah, Christmas comes late at Talking Heads.
So, I went ahead and shot another comment his way. And usually it's like, I'll just leave it at whatever. I'm done arguing. I went ahead and sent another comment. Oh, and then there's this, because the day after I posted that comment, quote, yesterday, Wednesday, March 7th, New Jersey Attorney General Gruber S. Gruwal and the Division of Consumer Affairs announced that the state's Bureau of Securities had issued an emergency cease and desist order against Bitcoin, also known as Bitcoin Second Generation, Bitcoin 2 Gen, and B2G. So again, a lot of legitimacy given you have to operate under 4 names. In the cease and desist order, the Bureau finds that the Bitcoin is violating the state's Uniform Securities Law by offering investors unregistered securities in its ICO of its cryptocurrency. And Steven Seagal's Bitcoin B2G was also cracked in New Jersey. So they had already broken his algorithm for how to mine it and could literally mine whatever they wanted.
Perfect.
I said, thanks for watching us douchebags, though. So this guy responded, once again, you don't do adequate research, which proves my point that you guys' credibility.
Use guys.
Use guys.
That use guys' credibility.
Use guys.
He's from New Jersey.
Use guys.
New Jersey, use guys. That use
Yeah.
guys' credibility is in question because you do not do your own research. Keep sticking your foot further and further into your mouth. By the way, no one wants to win, douchebag. We just want accurate information. And then he again quotes the Bitcoin website as saying he's accurate.
Yeah.
Again, that's
I win.
Tell you what, CNBC covers Bitcoin as a legitimate cryptocurrency. I'm probably all in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, didn't we end up like reviewing some website of, like that was tracking Bitcoin, and then within 24 hours, he was like, "Oh, look how top it is! It's on the top." And then
No, that was Bitcoin's website that claimed.
oh yeah, they were on top, and then right when like 48 hours after you post that, they were like, "We have to retract this."
Right. So where's my? Here we go.
yeah.
He's just ready for it
It's like,
all.
I got it. I already pinned it up, guys.
Here you go. Your handout. Your handout. Your
So I'm gonna go. Tell you what. Let's go all year. Let's see the 1 year trend. Let's see where it peaked. There we go. Here is the Bitcoin B2G trend for what it was valued at, and you can see it did have a peak in June after the initial coin offering of $234.57, and you can see by July it was worth $4.90. Today it is worth 2.54 cents per coin.
You know, though, this is
2 cents.
actually a tragedy in the making because there is somebody who invested their life savings in
Oh,
this,
yeah,
and
they're-
now like their
they're-
kids can't eat.
Yeah,
And, like,
you know, there's some guy that has like all the Steven Seagal DVDs and
He'll never let me down.
They're like he'll never let like
And a
never-
poster
don't
of him
forget-
splitting
no
the
way,
semis
Steven
up on his
Seagal,
wall.
they were like,
Don't forget the Steven Seagal energy drinks too.
oh, God, I had those.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I did. I
Nice
purposely
job.
saved them.
Summed up. That's everything you need to know.
I was like, I'm gonna have a YouTube channel, and one day I need to like review these, and I drank one for I think one of my brother-in-law's weddings.
Sorry, someone on our Discord just commented, Puck Branded Gaming. Hey guys, glad to tune in this week. Saw you were handing the
B2G's
off.
the best.
Saw you were handing the off whiskey. Reminds me of last week when I had an old fashioned from Ruby Tuesday. Spoiler: it was so bad I had to murder it with grenadine.
Oh,
Yeah, no, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. I do this to myself. It's a self-inflicted wound, but I will go to any restaurant that offers an old-fashioned and I will buy the old-fashioned just to shit on it.
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing too.
Yeah.
If they have it on there for a decent price.
when they say I want an old fashioned and they break out a muddler, you know it's not gonna
Yeah.
No. What I hate is when they say old fashioned and they get a glass and they put a bunch of ice into it, and then they pull the hose out and just.
Yeah.
That's
I ordered
what
a
hate.
The
Godfather
soda
the other
water
day.
on
The soda
top.
water.
I don't necessarily mind the muddled fruit. I could go for it depending. But it should be whiskey, sugar, bitters, and that's pretty much it. That's your old fashioned.
That's your base, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
that's your base. I don't even mind a dash of soda water if that's your base. But the thing is, they add 1 ounce of whiskey to it, and then they douse it with soda water. And so all you're left with is like this bitter
down.
7-Up.
Yeah.
with a bunch of broken up orange and red maraschino cherries at the bottom.
Yeah. No.
There was a $20 super chat.
20. Oh, Wayne.
Whoa,
Whoa back.
Whoa, sorry. It's still on my screen. It's
From
still
somebody
on my
whose
screen.
name is Bitcoin. Then.
Wayne Erickson donated $20. Wanted to say good evening and have enjoyed the content. Here's to 2019. Thank you so much, my friend.
2019. Woo!
Cheers.
Clinky.
Rhett is.
I just love clinking glasses. Give me a reason.
This is Rhett at a New Year's party.
Yeah.
All day.
Congrats!
2019. Bring it in.
It's like they had to give him a plastic glass because he broke too many glass ones.
Well,
Now I can't help but notice I don't have a Bitcoin coin here.
Oh.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you didn't invest earlier.
You know.
I even have Dogecoin.
You know what's really
It's
bad is if you went on
Dogecoin.
if you went on Wish.com right now and tried to get a Bitcoin, it's worth more.
I know.
I think
That's not screwed up.
if you buy a 6-pack of Steven Seagal's energy drink, I think it comes with a Bitcoin.
Well, I think it comes with
The
100
Oregon
shares of
Deposit
Bitcoin.
buys me 5 of them.
I think the recycle gives you, it's
it's
all
worth
Bitcoin.
more, yeah.
Maybe we should buy out Bitcoin and see if we can get Steven Seagal to come on the show and talk to us about this marketing plan that he had for this.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Steven Seagal.
Yeah, we did it. It only cost us $12.
You laugh. That's 72 Bitcoin.
That's 7,200 Bitcoins.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was pretty universal. Our favorite.
That's fun.
Like article, everything.
Glad I
like,
got to
that was
relive this with you
hilarious.
guys.
Yeah,
That was
and there were so many bad celebrity endorsements. I mean, I thought about going Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty bad too.
that was really bad.
That comment from that guy really reminded me of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. He's like, "Hey, look, the internet.
Oh,
Let's see
yeah.
what they have to say." And it's like Jay and Silent Bob or blah, blah, and it says all this stuff, and he's like, "Yo, write this down." And he's like, "I'm gonna eat crap and make you eat my crap so that you can have crap for crap." Or like,
and then they go to his house. All right, kid,
It's
let's
just
do
like-
this.
It literally sums up all like internet arguments, even in modern times.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
it totally does.
I judge Italian restaurants by their lasagna. I've had some really bad lasagna from some good Italian restaurants, and it's the same thing. I will go to a bar, and if they offer an old fashioned, I will buy the old fashioned, and I will judge the rest of the bar based on that old fashioned.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you cannot make that drink, I don't trust anything else.
Four
you're serving.
ingredients.
It's four
I
ingredients.
ordered a Godfather the other day and got an old fashioned. And I was just
What?
like, but it was actually an okay old fashioned. I was like, well,
but I paid for a cup. Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm happy.
At least
with
they
it.
served you a Godfather.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I got criteria for tacos.
I'm still bitter about that.
yeah.
So all right.
Okay, here we go. Next story. Rolling on past Jeff here.
Isn't that all of our notes?
No, that was the
we
big
got
one.
more.
Oh, okay,
And it's 9 o'clock. We got time.
We still
Okay.
got, we still got
That's part one.
Well, I was like looking at.
You got your eye on that run, yeah?
I was like, oh my god.
Time for the palate cleanser.
And then guys are not even like. I mean, I've been pacing myself, but.
So let's get into a little bit of gaming news here.
Okay.
And kind of the year that was, and it's really the second half of the year that was.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the first half year of the year releases were kind of lackluster.
They weren't very great.
There wasn't a lot of great AAA games or even like good indie games this year dropping in the first half of the year. Now the second half of the year has been, oh my god, so good with God of War, with Spider-Man 4, with
Red Dead
Redemption. And you know, there's so many Smash Brothers. There's so many good games that came out in the tail end or even Q4.
It's a porno.
that it's like, wow, we got all of our blessings late as far as gamers go. But there were some major misses, and I don't think any of them are any bigger than Fallout 76.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was
So-
coughing. I was gonna say.
Did Bethesda send you?
Zelda. No, that was a stupid joke.
That was a year ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
That's why I said it was a stupid joke.
Okay.
That was a stupid
Out of
joke.
here.
I'm drunk.
You're banished, John.
Why don't you spill that beer too?
Cheers, guys.
Oh wait, what? Here we go.
And we're back.
Hey, shut everyone up. Hey, Rhett, cheers.
Chain reaction.
So
Now, 76, I talked a lot about on my podcast this last
Yeah.
week, Game Devs Quest, because we were doing our sort of year in review and our predictions and all this sort of stuff. And I honestly think that, well, with Fallout 76 and what was some of the other Diablo Immortals,
Yep.
Oh yeah, Diablo.
some of the other big flub ups from these huge companies, I think are going to cost AAA studios huge. Battlefront 2 is another huge.
Well,
Battlefront
well.
2 came out last, but Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5.
Which I guess, granted, it's not like
It's not doing horrible,
an
but
absolute bomb, but it's not doing what it's.
they were saying it's going to be like the next big Battlefield because Battlefield seems to be like hit miss.
The last good Battlefield
And
they
that
had was
was
Bad
the-
Company 2.
I'll say 4 was good.
I liked
4 was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. I said
No,
the last
3.
good one
No,
they
3
had.
was good. I like 3.
Yeah.
But
2142 was the last good.
I didn't say 21.
Hey, 2142
was amazing, but I
was
said Bad
amazing.
Company 2.
Okay.
Didn't
yeah.
I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you said Bad Company too.
2142 is my favorite Battlefield
Yeah.
game.
That is probably
Now
good.
that you mention.
But Bad Company 2 was incredible. What a great game.
It was good.
But you were saying
Yeah, Battlefield 3. But
Fallout
76.
Yeah, you were saying
Back-
5, and you were saying
Yeah.
Fallout 76.
yeah, these games, I think that these flub ups this year, it's they did the classic Steve Jobs blunder that he warned about, where the marketers and the accountants start making
Decisions.
the artistic decisions.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost them huge. And I think consumers are realizing the power that they wield against these game companies.
Speaking of Apple,
God, there's no.
yeah, has anyone had a worse year than Apple as far as
Oh yeah.
deliver to market? What products do we promise? God, they promised a wireless charger a year and a half ago, and they still get. You can't deliver a Qi compatible charger. Are you
rolled
freaking kidding me?
There are
Yeah.
Indiegogo places that are like, hey, we'll turn your whole table into a wireless charger for $100.
How hard is it to make a Mac Pro that's a modular ATX tower? How freaking hard is that?
Apparently pretty hard.
And it's been since 2013 since we had a Mac Pro release. It's 2019.
I rolled out the iPhone X, and that was embarrassingly bad for them. Like, launch day, they're like, we have to get this all done before opening. And I'm like, working past opening, and nobody's there.
There's no one in
Nobody
line.
cares.
No one cares. And when your whole thing is, oh, check out the beveled edges and the screen utility. No one cares about that when you're literally, we're 10% better than the iPhone 7.
Right.
7!
Right.
You're supposed to be 3 above that.
But John, I can unlock it with my face now if I kind of...
If you kind of do,
look,
yeah.
this is what happens. The accountants are making the
Which then
decisions.
they were like, what they were saying, like, oh, technically, like, if you did, like, your butt, it would still unlock it.
Well, yeah, the whole face unlock thing took twins all out of that market. Right
Yeah.
there. There's no more twins.
Yeah, they're like, screw
gonna
this,
on
I
there.
hate
Yeah.
my brother.
Yeah, I don't want them on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apple was a big blunder, but again, they didn't do really any game things, like you were saying, a Fallout 76.
Yeah, I think that was too big. That was
That-
too big.
Yeah,
That
Fallout
was a big-
76 is the highest profile game failure for quite a long time.
And it wasn't just the failure of the game itself, which was buggy and glitchy.
Yeah,
Some
but
people
it
enjoyed
felt,
it.
Well, it
Some
felt like
people
a
were
demo.
like-
It
yeah.
felt like a demo.
There are probably a lot of people out there like me that I have a hard time walking away from an experience and being like, I hated every second.
Yeah.
Me, I'm always trying to look for the good in
Did
something.
you
I see what
actually
they were
play it?
trying
I have not played it
I
because
played the beta, and I did not like it.
But the thing
I played it
is,
once,
but
and that was
I'm
it.
betting the beta probably felt just like the release.
I
bet.
can't say because I was so turned off from the beta that I had no
But
desire.
because of Steam, games is one of those things I have a hard time investing money into. And honestly, this year is the first year that I have bought new games like on release day. And in like 5 or 6 years, I bought Spider-Man after PAX. You guys also
yeah. You were drooling over it.
Yeah.
and it was worth it.
It was
and then
hot.
Red Dead Redemption 2, I came
Yep.
back
Yeah, I
from
can
Europe
see
and
that.
was like,
I bought that
I gotta
day
get
one.
that.
Yep.
So, and I never do that, and I wasn't disappointed. Both of those games,
Ooh, Skull's drinking in Bourbon
delivered.
County.
Woo!
Ooh, all right, it's called.
Whoa, $50 super chat.
Whoa!
No comment.
No
Just-
comment.
No comment.
He
Just
probably,
$50. That's
probably
a
tried to and messed
that's
up.
a
The
cheers.
super comments are
Cheers to
confusing.
everyone. Right.
Questionable commands. He had the funny one that you pointed
Oh
to
yeah,
earlier.
yeah, that's right. He did the absolute tech as the
Absolute
word
Tech. That's right.
flavored vodka.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah,
Make sure he
absolutely
doesn't
right.
have any other comments because I've done super comments where I'm like, oh whoops, I accidentally submitted without
Right.
commenting.
No, I don't.
All right.
That's him.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, anyways, man. That's
T.
That's amazing.
But
Yeah.
but I think the other their bad game was, other than Fallout, Diablo.
Well,
Both of those were very high.
But-
And here's the thing: when
the
you are
thing is,
Blizzard,
Diablo's not out yet.
when you are Blizzard and you have the Diablo IP, you have a license to print money.
Yeah.
Right.
You do. Are there any more rabid game fans out there than those who
Yeah.
grew up playing D2?
No.
There's not. You remake D2, and all of a sudden, you're all buying mega yachts and sailing
Yeah,
the
well,
Caribbean.
here's the thing is-
Rant Thread is out. All right.
I don't think necessarily that a mobile Diablo is a bad idea.
No.
But how they presented it,
Yeah, well,
first,
It,
was
should
the-
not be your premiere
Yeah.
presentation.
It was-
When you go-
at,
everybody- yeah.
at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
It should not be.
When
Yeah.
you go,
Yeah.
we have this mega announcement. Everybody, me included, is like,
Yeah.
Diablo 4 or
Yeah.
Diablo 2 remastered?
Yeah,
Which
or-
is it?
Yeah.
Right.
And then they come out with a mobile game, and I'm sorry. You're right. It's not an inherently bad idea, but the Diablo fan base are not mobile gamers.
No.
Right.
They're not.
Well, it felt like a toilet game. Honestly, it felt like
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
sit
because
on the
it's already
toilet and I'm gonna
skinned.
play Diablo for 5 minutes, and that or
If they
this
were-
this point and whatever
Yep.
thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
had scantily plaid people and some demons.
Scantily plaid, you said.
Yeah,
Plaid.
scantily plaid.
Scottish.
They were flanneled.
They can never take our freedom!
Yes, they were, that's how bad it was. It was
Scantily
like
plaid, yes.
scantily plaid.
Scottish.
You know what I meant? Whatever. It felt like it felt like a John game.
Oh yeah, I guess sitting on the crapper.
Go on.
It felt like I
So-
want to be on the John.
So yeah, going back, I was at the release for Fallout 76. I was at QuakeCon in Texas, and the energy, while QuakeCon is a LAN first and foremost,
Yeah.
where it and Bethesda also release their game schedule, for what they're coming out with, and they were really pimping Fallout 76. They had a couple other titles out there as well that they were kind of working on, but Fallout 76 was the major announcement. There was Vault Boy everywhere. There was the Rolly guy from Vegas, the Mr.
Yeah.
Handy or whatever.
Mr. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
The Yes Man robot.
Mr. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a life-size version of that dude out there. So that they were pimping it pretty hard. And I immediately was, no, it's not going to work.
Yeah, no,
It's
because
not gonna work.
how often do you guys talk about Elder Scrolls Online?
Mm-hmm.
And Elder Scrolls was their main IP even more than Fallout. And Elder Scrolls Online, I am an Elder Scrolls fanboy for God's sake.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I've never played Elder Scrolls Online. I have no plans on playing Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
And
You used to play it a long time.
No, I didn't. I played the beta. It didn't feel like an Elder Scrolls game to me, and I just never got into it. I own it. It was in one of the humble
Yeah,
monthly
well,
bundles.
I guess I own it too.
I just never went back.
I'm
to it.
never gonna play it.
Yeah, but again, I think the concept behind it, when it was first pronounced at E3, I believe, when it first came out, it was kind of billed as a survival game, like in the vein of Ark and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? The Fallout universe, that seems
could work.
pretty good. It could work. And so at that point, I was excited about it, but as more stuff started coming out about it, I'm like, no, it's not that.
I think they picked the wrong timeline in the Fallout timeline.
Well, it makes sense because they were trying to do it when they first got out of the vaults, and that would be like a survival.
And they were trying to
type of a
have
thing.
it community driven as far as the
Right.
storyline goes. But have you ever been in an online chat?
But it,
Have you
Yeah.
ever had your mic on?
oh, that's
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to half the people in there.
But here's the thing.
But that's that.
I could have told
it's
you.
kinda fun
I could have
sometimes.
told you how an amazing single-player IP would translate to a online multiplayer game 10 years ago with a little game that BioWare made called Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah.
You should have just made Knights of the Old Republic 3 and taken your $1 million check. And gone about your day, but they were looking at games like World of Warcraft, which were
especially
immensely popular
narrative-driven games.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of popular IPs have tried to do this. They're like, wait a minute, single player is not where it's at.
Yeah.
Hello,
Multiplayer.
it's online.
Yeah,
World, we
that's
gotta
the
build
thing.
a world around this
yeah,
now.
the whole Fallout 76 thing. Another
World of
detriment
Fallout.
was the huge amount of microtransactions they put in the thing.
Oh yeah.
Which was like
that's-
not what people wanted.
And that's
No,
where
they-
EA and DICE really flipped up
Yeah.
with Star Wars Battlefront 2 is this whole microtransaction thing that was like literally you had people getting ready to go burn down their headquarters
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And, like, give us back our game. And They're
So-
still
It's
doing
one
it.
round though. Come on, guys.
So the failures of Fallout 76 were not necessarily that they announced a multiplayer game at their main conference, which they did, but most people at QuakeCon are there for the LAN aspect. There's 5,000 players there. It's the largest LAN in North America. That's what they're there for. And honestly, that part of the contest was great. Or that part of the event was great.
Sure.
The LAN event was fantastic and nothing like I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Walking around there, seeing the different mods, seeing the different players, seeing all the different people. There were Street Fighter tournaments on projectors on the wall.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, it was a great time. And then they were announcing Fallout 76, and the attitude there was meh.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of the general vibe. And I wasn't at the actual announcement for it, but I was reading the press materials and whatnot, and I went, this is just not going to do well.
And they were just like, what? You guys don't have phones?
Right. Well, the thing is, it's like, okay, well, they did Elder Scrolls Online, and yes and no, it was successful, not successful, whatever. It made money, I think, long-term for them, but it wasn't a great venture. But I really think they were just trying to spin Fallout 4's engine as a new game and call it a brand new game, and it's not that.
They
Just create a Fallout 5 with a Fallout 4 engine.
And the thing is, Fallout 4 was actually their most stable version of their engine that they've ever done. It amazingly robust. Now it's still buggy as all hell, but it never crashed. And that's the thing about that engine was I had very few game crashes in Fallout 4, regardless of the hardware that I ran on. Now, where Bethesda went wrong is number one, they didn't fix the game to begin with. The game is just broken as all hell. Number two is they removed all of the narrative out of a game that is a narrative-driven game.
Yeah, why do you play Fallout?
Right.
It was started as an RPG. It's always been an RPG.
Exploration, RPG, narrative-based. That's what Fallout is.
That's where it shines.
And that's where it absolutely.
And that's what makes Skyrim work so well.
Yeah,
and
Elder
that's
Scrolls in general.
Right, exactly. And you take that away, you may as well just make a new game.
There was a great playthrough that I watched. Someone did a Blitz review of Fallout 76. Alana from IGN, and she just did a live playthrough. She played for an hour and she goes, I'm going to say out loud what I'm thinking as a game reviewer while I'm playing this.
Sure.
And she's walking through going, is that it? Well, that's stupid. Why am I doing this? Oh, so I'm walking over here and grabbing this holotape now? Oh, look, I have to go back over here and activate this holotape now. Oh, look, I completed a mission? Wow. She ran into 3 players the entire time. One of which was stalking her from her Twitter account and found her, and he was like a level 50 who was in the game.
It was just
Oh my god, it's Alana! And like fanboyed
sitting
out.
here with his armor going.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he was in power armor.
Would you like to have my fusion core?
But anyway, she goes. She brought something to the forefront that was like a ping moment with me of why this game doesn't work.
And
It was. So I'm going through and I'm collecting these holotapes of this settlement that's in danger, of these people that need help. They don't have water, they're going to die. But I know there are no NPCs in this game. So why am I going to help them?
right,
There is nothing for me to see
Yeah.
for my reward. I'm not going to go somewhere and discover a new person that goes, oh, thank you so much for showing up.
Yeah.
It's another plan going, bitch, I've already been here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all there is to the game. And so on top of a horribly broken, buggy, insecure, unstable game, you got zero reward for doing the quests that were in the game.
yeah,
And that's really where they went wrong.
yeah.
I think it could have worked had the game been stable and had they included NPCs. Because she did mention, I'm getting a little bit of sense of exploration. I'm getting that little endorphin rush that I get from exploring things and walking around the world.
And having familiar vernacular.
Right. Right, totally. But she really hit on something that goes, why should I care about this game? Where's my investment?
Yeah.
And there's a reason people sink 250 hours into Bethesda games, and it's because they're invested in the environment so much that they want to find every last little thing.
And that's the same thing. Yeah, and it's really hard. And it's really hard because Bethesda's not even the best at making their own games. I mean, it's like, Morrowind is my favorite, followed by Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. I was like
New Vegas is
my
good.
favorite.
And
that's
like,
not
honest-
even Bethesda.
No, exactly my point, though.
Yeah.
It's like
Obsidian.
they're not even the best at making their own games. Like
God, I
Oblivion-
can't wait till the Outer Worlds comes out.
made by
that
the
looks
original
really good.
creators of
It
Fallout.
looks really good.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Could be a disappointment, but I don't know. But it looks good. It's my
Bethesda
hope
has,
throughout.
Bethesda has some titles that I'm excited for. Like, what's the one? Star Burst.
Their actual new IP.
Cyberpunk.
No,
that's Project Red.
That's
Project Red.
Project Red. Yeah.
It's called like Star
Balls.
Burst or like it's like
Star
Orbit or
Juicy Fruit.
Space Balls.
Tropical Starburst.
Someone in
Enhanced
chat,
with
someone in
fruit.
chat's probably gonna say it before you can look it up.
Yeah. What?
Jeff's gotta go back.
So as we're looking this up, because
Starfield.
Starfield, StarCraft.
Oh, you said it before anybody else. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the best.
Well, I think we were delayed by a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Do you guys like Isla single malts?
Somebody
Ardberg
did
or
say it.
Lamprecht?
Probably got me before.
Single malts.
Do we like Isla single malts, Ardbeg or Lapreg? You should know from the fact that I know how to say Isla that yes, I love single malt scotches.
Single malt scotches are absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I really like cheap whiskey.
And you're gonna enjoy
Benchmark number 8.
because that is the cheapest. Of
That's
the
the
cheap.
Have you guys had a thirst that couldn't be quenched? Try McAfee's Bench Bar.
Yeah, because I had a
Old
shot of
number
that and could not get the taste out of my mouth.
8. It's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Do you feel like vomiting instantly after you take a drink?
Do you care about the way that your liquor tastes?
Do you
If
care
not,
about your
drink Old
liver?
number 8.
No.
Do you love the acid reflux when you're feeling like you're about to vomit?
Do you ever feel like you want to lose some weight? Well, drink this and you'll be puking all night.
If you're
Great.
already drunk, this is the whiskey for you.
Great, thanks guys. Starfield.
I tried to say,
Starfield.
I tried to say literally as soon as I stopped, like somebody said it right
Yeah.
away. So they probably did get it before I looked it up.
Yeah.
So kudos to you guys. I'm not the best. It's you guys are the best. You guys make this channel what it
You
is.
rock. Fist bump.
Don't take my phone.
Fist bump your
So
screen.
I think we've thoroughly shit on 76, and
Yeah.
we
I'm
could
not
not stop.
Right.
You could. but-
Now let's spread the feces around a little bit. Diablo deserves just as much.
Yeah.
if
You guys
not
even
more.
have a phone?
Well, it's
Now-
okay, it's not out yet. To be fair,
It's not
Right,
out.
it's
That
not
doesn't
out.
matter.
But
Have you ever bought a game before?
But the difference between the Fallout 76, it's a broken game. We gave nylon bags instead of canvas, and it's a plastic bottle instead of a glass rum bottle.
Yeah.
And on top of a broken, crappy
the glass
game.
is inside.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
glass.
it's shattered
No,
into your
no,
mouth.
no.
They
If you
filtered it
look
through
at
broken glass.
The bottle is just a generic bottle with a generic label. The
with a
neat
standard
looking, yeah,
glass.
the neat looking bomb looking thing. That's all plastic.
It's all plastic.
Got
and
it.
it's
It's
crappy
all
plastic.
So
Yes,
it looks
crappy
like
plastic.
this.
It
But
looks
it's
like
plastic.
that.
with a crappy plastic rocket
Yes,
ship.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what
Got
it
it.
is.
It's injected,
Okay.
molded, hollow
Right.
plastic on the
Yeah.
outside.
You could
That's
prob-
not as bad as people have made it up.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. You
Okay,
could, you
it's
could go
pretty
find.
bad.
You could probably find a 3D printer
I almost-
and just print one yourself.
I almost bought one of those for $85 because I wanted the bottle to put on my shelf. And
Yeah.
that's why people are buying that. Not because it's extraordinary rum and
Right.
the rum is worth $85,
No.
but because I wanted the Nuka-Cola
just
bottle.
Captain
Yeah.
Morgan's.
Wait.
Right.
Diablo made of rum?
No.
No.
What are we talking
Bethesda
about?
made a rum.
Oh,
Fallout
Bethesda!
rum.
There's a Nuka rum.
Because you were saying Diablo. I was like,
No.
Diablo made
Anyway,
rum?
the way that Diablo's
Blood rum would be
situation
fantastic.
was so much more of a
Red
middle
Potion.
finger to the community than
Right.
Fallout 76. Now, Fallout 76 made a lot of bad moves. They shipped a broken game. They didn't understand their player base. They bait and switched a lot of products, etc., etc.
Yeah.
It was a bad release, no matter how you look at it. Diablo took BlizzCon as the platform to launch a mobile game, a
People-
mobile
yeah.
transaction-ridden mobile game.
Now that
Yeah.
might be an appropriate move in Asia, where mobile games dominate the market.
Are 80%
no,
of the market.
I mean, even now, when you're looking at the consumers who consume game, the mobile market is the biggest one right now. It is,
yeah,
but Blizzard is not the king of that market.
They're not.
and their
well,
audience is not that.
and
big.
again,
well,
it's the
yeah, what is
accountants.
Blizzard known
it's the
for?
accountants looking at.
Yes.
Oh my God, mobile's dominating.
Yes,
Oh, can
let's-
we
let's
make our
do
own
something.
Boom
Yeah.
Beach?
Yeah.
We gotta make a Boom Beach.
Well, we have Diablo. What if we took Diablo and went mobile? Because our gamers love Diablo. But here's what the accountants don't understand: is my type of people, the PC gamers, are not the mobile gamers. You need to create new IP,
Yes.
new experiences, a new reason to play to attract a new
Yeah.
audience, and you're not
Yeah.
going to do that with
No.
existing IP.
I'm sorry. You have Diablo. And if you say we've got something to talk about Diablo, they're expecting D2 or they're expecting Diablo 4.
Well, no,
and
you know,
again, I don't think a mobile Diablo. Again, I don't think a mobile Diablo is a bad idea.
No.
I just think that they shouldn't have made that the big
No.
reveal.
And it was and it came out that it's like a reskinned Chinese mobile game.
I heard that,
which is the big thing too. It's like they couldn't even be bothered to.
I don't even think that wouldn't have made much of a difference if they didn't make that their big reveal.
Right, and again,
if they open it was like, hey, you know what we're gonna have? We're gonna have a mobile game. It's gonna be Diablo. It'll be great. You know, and people like, okay, that's.
And
good.
then guess what's coming?
All banners made. Absolutely.
And people be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be at the airport and I'll play a little Diablo. That sounds like fun.
There you go. Call Steve, Blizzard.
Like,
all Blizzard needed to do to make all of that go away was we're releasing a brand new Diablo game. It's for mobile. Here are the game mechanics. Here's how it's going to work. We think it's going to be a great experience. You guys can try it out in the lobby. But before we leave, we have one more thing to show you. Literally, all you do is do a Roman numeral 4 on fire made of bones.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Bethesda did with Elder Scrolls 6. That's
exactly what they did.
We've done a bunch of bad PR, but dun 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 dun.
And they didn't show any screenshots.
Who cares? This is the Game of Thrones theme song. It's Diablo font.
You throw the Diablo skull up there with some fire behind it, and then have a 4 crossfade out, and then go 2020.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
The whole press conference is one.
You really don't want to disappoint people. You say 2022.
Yeah, go really far. We haven't even developed. We just literally just made
we're all
a
yelling
GIF
now,
out
and
of
I'm
this
pretty sure
right
we're
now.
peaking audio.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
We're all
Can
yelling.
we read
Bring
this,
it
guys?
down. Bring it down. Bring it down, focus.
Yeah,
John, stop rubbing the nipples.
Sir,
love.
can you please read...
Yes, Sir Grush has a $5 super chat. New Vegas is the only one that matters. 76 gave me a fever dream.
Wait, what was the guy's name?
Sir Grush.
Yeah.
Sir Grush?
We know him.
Okay, I was like, is that who I
New
think
Vegas
it is?
is the best fun.
It's...
He's a local boy.
Yes, I
boy.
know who he is.
Yes.
Oh, you guys know who he is personally.
Yes.
Wait. Why are you guys looking
That's
at each
weird.
other?
The thing about going back to the BlizzCon, because they did also announce they did also announce that they're doing the remaster of Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
They're doing that. If they ended on that would have been better.
Right. If that was their main announcement.
If that was the main announcement.
We're doing a complete rebuild of Warcraft 3 with the original skins with the original
No,
gameplay mechanics.
They're emulating with
basically
brand
reimagining.
It looks way better. If you
Right,
watch
the same map editor and the same character
Yeah.
editor. We're making Dota 3 as well. Woo!
Yeah, but that's owned by Valve now. You can't
Well, fine. It's called Attack of the Ancients.
Right, but all they had to do was not make Diablo Mobile the
headliner.
key
That's all
headlining
they had,
event.
That's all they had to do.
If it was just a side thing, people would go, "Oh, that might be kind of fun to play on my phone. Spend $5, have a Diablo Mobile. What's not fun about that?" And did you hear they're remaking WoW? They're re-releasing WoW Classic. They're doing World of Warcraft 3. They're doing this. They're doing that. It'd be a completely different press conference. But you made that the signature announcement. And your audience that pays admission to get into that event,
And
that
flew
flew
there.
from around the world to get there to see that announcement.
mobile game.
To see a mobile game, really?
Yeah.
You didn't think that one through?
I think you're absolutely right. The thing just reeks of like accounting and marketing.
Right.
Trying
And that's
put
what,
their foot
that's
in
what
the
the
door.
AAA game
Yep.
market
So-
has felt like all of 2018. And we've had some smash hits for sure.
All right. So what do we got?
Sorry. When it's done, cries for StarCraft Ghost.
That was only like 15 years ago, for God's sake.
I was closer to 20.
I think there's still people out there that
'Cause
are, like,
remember, I think it
hanging
was-
on to hope that StarCraft Ghost.
I think it was E3 99 that StarCraft Ghost was announced.
I think I remember even seeing the
No.
poster.
No,
for
It was
it was
gonna come out for
an
GameCube.
N64
No.
title.
It was going to come out for
no.
GameCube.
Yes, it
After that,
was.
I was at E3 when they announced.
Were you?
Yes, I was, and I went to early 2000s to 2004.
Was that like 01 then? Because
it was early 2000s.
Because it was close to 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
And it was only a couple years removed from the StarCraft being released, and I think it was right after Brood War.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting wrong.
Yeah.
Was Brood War was 99.
Yeah, it was.
It was after StarCraft 64.
That was a horrible
Which
game.
was Rhett's favorite. Rhett's favorite of the series.
Right next to Diablo Mobile.
Hello, if you didn't
All right.
have a computer, it was the way to play StarCraft.
All right. So we are craft computing. This is how we work. We talk a bunch of crap, but we are out of beverages.
Beer, yeah.
Although I am curious, everyone sat there and had different opinions. I would like to know everyone's opinions on
It
this.
was really good.
It grew on me.
It was really
I did
good.
like it. I did not hate it. I was a little mixed at first because it was a new flavor I wasn't used to.
Everybody knows.
But it kind of grew on me. I liked it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say it started strong with me. I really like those floral IPAs.
Yeah.
I don't like extra hops, and the Spruce Tips gives you that floral punch without being too hoppy.
And that's what I like.
And that's what I love about it.
agree
It
with
has
Brett
the
on
floral,
that.
that herbal aroma that I really like.
I think that kind of what resonated with me because it was a spruce tip. I was expecting a lot bigger piney notes. To
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
More.
It wasn't
more,
that piney.
I was
and it
expecting
wasn't that at all.
I
So
was
that's what kinda
expecting
threw
more
me
of a
off.
gin forward flavor
Yeah.
to
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
And the nose threw me completely off because the nose for me
The
was
nose
completely different
throws
than
you,
the taste.
throws you really
where,
high.
where I'm getting a pineapple, really sweet, citrusy smell to it, and what I got was pine and like this super hot punch right in the center of it. And it wasn't like an up front that it hit me; it was right in the middle and all the way back.
You know,
and it just threw me because it was not what I was expecting on any regard. Like, I read spruce, I want to taste pine, and I didn't taste a lot of pine until way late in the taste profile.
but I-
and the same thing with the pineapple smell is I didn't get any pineapple taste off of it. And so for me, it was like expectation versus what I was actually drinking.
I got a
It
touch
grew
of
on me.
citrus in the scent, but I didn't get sweet. And honestly, when I smelt it and I drank it, no surprises for
Yeah.
me. And maybe
Yeah.
that's just my own palate.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was the dichotomy between the olfactory senses and the actual flavor palette. That
And
was
the cool
going
thing
on.
is we're all right.
Right.
But it was fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Well, I think I didn't bother getting too much into it. I think I just went straight for it.
Yeah.
And then maybe I've already got that like in my palate and in my nostrils, so it just kind
Yeah.
of blended. But
It was well, to me anyway. The smell was different than the taste, and it was just. But
Yeah.
they were both
And-
unique. But I liked them both.
Yes,
And
and that's what I agree with. With the smell and the taste were completely different and unique. But
Feeling personally
everyone,
attacked here.
yeah,
Right.
No, you're fine.
No,
you're
no, I'm just
fine.
kidding, I'm just
You're-
kidding.
the flavors that you're describing are the flavors I tasted. I just tasted them at different times.
Right.
I think
I had
all
to
of
get
us-
halfway through the beer before that developed.
I think all of us tasted the same flavors. I think we just all tasted them at different points.
That
Yeah.
could be. Maybe
is
yeah.
really what it was.
And-
Things settle differently in the bottles.
And
We know
again,
that
after
you just drink Rainier all the time, that your palate is not as refined as ours. So we get that. We forgive you for that.
after
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
after 5, 6, 7 years of learning how to drink craft beers, I always go nose first. Okay,
Yes.
what will I be experiencing here?
well.
And then I drink, and
Rich
for
is
me,
like,
that
glug,
didn't
glug,
match.
glug, glug,
I do that
glug.
too. I
Right.
do that too, but it's
Right.
Ah.
No. For me, it's a sniff, release,
Yeah,
release,
that's-
and now drink.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
You
me
you
too.
do.
you know what? I just think you guys.
And I look
Right.
really
You
guys
nose
don't
up
have
in the air
a
when I
fine
do it.
palate.
Although taking a sniff while you're drinking it is an
There is just as
not right
important.
away though, just not right away.
Yeah.
Here's
But-
the thing. Everybody knows I'm not the biggest IPA fan, but these are the types of IPAs
You like.
I drink.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love that. I love
They're not super hoppy.
And that might be what
Yeah.
it is. And I have nothing against hops. It's just that I came of age at the time in the craft beer scene where your manliness was determined by how
much
hoppy
hop,
the
yeah.
damn beers were. And that's fine.
The higher the
higher, I want
But I
120
love-
IBU.
Right. And I love diversity in my beers. So the more different beers I could have, but I would go out with friends and they're like, oh my God, you got to have this quadruple hopped, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's do this.
All right, so $5 donation from
Woo!
Regan.
Woo!
yeah.
Regan over
you're
on the
the man.
Discord. This isn't much, but here's for making 2018 amazing and can't wait for 2019. Did the bottle openers come out? Now,
You've gone through this quite a few times.
I did, and actually this week I handed them off to Rhett. So
I
it's
know
on.
where you live.
So it's on Rhett now.
Yeah, I am on it. I went past Kinko's today, but there was a huge line, and I was driving to work, and I was like, I'll hit it after work. Then I went home and forgot about it. So
Yeah.
tomorrow morning, the first stop I'm making is to the FedEx store. You guys are going to be getting your bottle openers soon. I promise you
Excellent.
that.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I gave Rhett a budget for which to ship out. I said I'm done trying to do this myself because I honestly just don't have time. I'm working 80 hours plus per week between the YouTube channel and my actual job, the job that actually still pays all my bills, and trying to build both things. But the thing is, I am not available during business hours for any business to be operational in a time that I can reach them. It took me 6
Yeah,
weeks
the
to
5
get.
o'clock.
I drove with expired tags for 6 weeks because I couldn't get to the DMV to renew my tags.
Only 6 weeks?
Only 6 weeks. So actually, I'm doing pretty good.
You know,
That's
they,
pretty
they
good.
make it. They send you the mail-in tag registration.
Right, and I can.
And
It's on me for the first 2 weeks. I completely
online
forgot to do
too,
that.
actually. I'm just
Right.
saying.
Yeah, I did online a couple times.
But I like doing that in person because then I can just grab the tags, put them on the truck, and I'm done.
And see, the thing is, I'm on a first name basis with the lady at the Kinko's, so I'm more than happy to do this, and I'm excited.
So it's on right now. We are hoping to ship them out tomorrow, so probably on Monday or Tuesday they will start trickling in.
Literally, you guys will be watching us at CES, and you should have the first of the bottle openers.
Yes,
So-
if you are an international viewer, so non-US, US 100% covered, absolutely. I will be covering international postage up to $3.
Good idea. Thank you.
And if I need to reach out to people to cover more of that, I will reach out on an individual basis. You'll be getting an email shortly. But I'm trying to make very good on this because you guys have been amazing to me. And I don't care if it costs me money to ship these out.
what you want.
My Discord, you are absolutely amazing. You're a great community that's building. I love you guys, and I wanted to give back a little bit. So this is what's turning into a late Christmas present, which should have been delivered in August.
Jeez, Rhett, take half of it. Why don't you?
It's okay.
I don't know how much is in it.
It's okay. Steve only gave me a quarter.
Well, I wasn't too sure. I still have more.
I think I took less than half. I was trying to take...
I'm usually.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
I want it to look like I have a full glass.
Are you okay over there, John?
He's great.
Yeah.
See, look at I got Jeff split perfectly.
Yeah.
I might have
And
taken
then
a little
look
too
at
much.
what-
John gives the best head in Salem.
Best hat in Salem, guys.
That's right.
I just wanted to make it look like I had a full glass versus everyone else's.
And what are we drinking?
Oh, this is
A brand new stout from Fort George.
Yes.
This is Waves of Silence. It is
Love
a
Fort
9% Imperial Stout.
I think I took too much, John.
I-
I could have given
It's
you
a
some
Simon and Garfunkel collaboration.
Yeah.
more. Is it really?
I actually know nothing about this. All I know is I was walking through the store
Steve
today
and I had that.
in the
It
craft
was
beer
a
section.
Sage, rosemary.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
the
parsley
Parsley
sage.
sage.
parsley,
Rosemary and
sage,
thyme.
and rosemary thyme beer.
Yeah.
Was it good?
So,
I liked it.
so yeah, I know nothing
I just
about
didn't taste
this
it.
other than I was walking through the craft beer section of my local store today, and
yes.
and I saw a Fort George beer that I did not recognize, so I bought it.
and Fort George usually does a really good job.
They do.
Absolutely.
No,
I
they,
love
they,
Fort
do,
George.
they do.
Based in
Astoria.
Astoria, the old fish canning place,
Yes.
I think, isn't it?
Just home of the Goonies.
Yeah,
Home of the Goonies.
Well, I was talking about the factory where Fort George was the old like fish canning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yes, it
yeah,
was,
yeah,
okay.
the actual brewery.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
warehouse
Yeah,
section
yeah.
of it.
Astoria, home of the Goonies, and where the boy and Keiko, Free Willy lives.
Yeah. No, Philip really's gone.
and also where Short Circuit started.
And Kindergarten Cop.
And kindergarten.
And the
Cop.
kindergarten.
Right. I always remember Short
If
Circuit.
not
I
a
never remember
Duma.
Kindergarten Cop.
It's not
Yeah,
a
it's
Duma.
not a
It's not a
Duma.
Duma.
Oh, so this is bold.
It is. It's very
Fisher
thick.
Stephen playing at Indian. I know that was bold. Couldn't do that today.
No.
Wow.
I think only Robert Downey Jr. has earned that right.
Yeah, I know.
And even then, because he was an actor playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
What about
Wow, let's move to safer territory.
What was bold?
Wait, what are we talking about again?
I've seen Othello. What a great movie. Anyway, bold beer.
Yeah.
Super thick.
This is
Yes.
very thick.
This is
lots
like
of
canned bread.
syrupy mouthfeel to it.
A little too syrupy.
Bready, a little banana.
I get the breadiness.
Smell the nose.
I get
Put it on the
breadiness.
nose.
All right.
I got plenty of that.
I get a lot of booze on the nose.
Yeah, too much actually. I think it's too syrupy. Like in the mouth.
You know what?
It like coats your mouth.
You know what it tastes
Yeah.
like? It tastes like an oatmeal breakfast stout.
Is that what it is?
I don't know, but that's what it tastes like. Very
I can get that.
bready,
Yeah.
oaty,
Very, very bready.
Oh yeah,
very
the breadiness.
oaty,
It almost
and
tastes like
chocolate. That's what I get.
It
out
almost
of
tastes like when you open up those canned brown bread and you like get a whiff of that.
I'm
never
getting-
had canned brown
You know
bread
what?
before.
You're not living
Okay.
until you had canned
This
brown
is actually
bread.
funny. So most imperial stouts, if you guys don't know about this, big imperial stouts, 9%, 10%, anything above that, you can age that.
Yeah.
This can actually distinctly says do not age.
Interesting.
It
Why,
does.
why
This
does
is-
it say that?
Active yeast.
It says unfiltered.
Who's Allison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Allison on the can.
Oh, so that is the actually how Fort George does this is they will give different variations on their
The
beer
same
of the
beer.
same beer, but it's this batch. But they named the batch a name.
That's really
So this
cool.
is batches
I had
Allison.
no idea.
So it's every single version can be distinctly different. So when you check it in, you can be checking in waves of silence, but then it'll say Allison.
They have the brewer on Tinder. He's just going.
Yeah. It's his SJ.com club member. My favorite. But yeah, no, what it is
Christian
funny.
Mingle?
It said,
Yeah. I used to do a joke.
FarmersOnly.com.
I used to do a joke on stage because I would get emails from ChristianMingle.com all the time, and their ads that they would send me were, are you ready to mingle? Because there's a man of God waiting for you. And I was like, what?
Yes.
The church is very accepting.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
How progressive! Wow. All right, how many single Christian men can I find for me on here?
Yeah. In the description, it states unfiltered. Expect sediment at the bottom of the can. Drink fresh. Do not age.
During the
This
second
is-
coming,
this
do you
is-
think it's raining men?
This is
I don't know how.
that's the opposite of raining.
Oh no! Stop!
Sorry, that was bad. But
John said worse.
I'm
I have.
like an oatmeal breakfast stout.
Only.
I'm almost getting like a banana bread. I'm getting
I'm not
some
getting the
banana.
I get.
That's because you're getting the brown bread.
I get breadiness. I do
Yeah.
kind of get
Brown
like
bread.
this
Yeah.
a breadiness to it.
I'm not a
Oaty, bready.
I don't know.
Can I just, like, the last beer, liked right away. This beer, unsure right away. Unsure.
I
Leaning down.
I like big stouts.
I love big
I
stouts.
do too. This one's a little. It's got a weird flavor to it. You're
It's-
right. I don't know if I like it.
And it's
it's
like,
fresh.
it coats your mouth, and I
It's-
don't know if I like that.
I
in
don't
beers.
necessarily hate the thick mouthfeel,
I think the thick mouthfeel comes from the
but
freshness.
usually when I have that feeling, it's a bourbon barrel aged something.
Exactly.
I want,
expect that
and
bourbon.
this doesn't
This
taste
doesn't
like.
have
This
it.
doesn't
No.
have any bourbon at all.
This
No.
tastes drying.
Yes.
My
Yes.
throat starts
Yeah.
to dry
Does dry
out.
out.
And I think that's kind of like an oatmeal or breadiness, like you guys
Mm-hmm.
were talking about. Yeah, that's, I don't know.
It's very interesting.
I like the initial taste,
I think
and then
this
as
is-
it
I think
sits in
this
my
is-
throat, I don't like
This
it.
is Russian peasant beer.
Yeah, this is like I'm in jail. I'm in jail. And I gotta make some.
They call
imperial.
it a gulag.
Don't flush that toilet.
Oh, that's-
That's not going to be ready for 6 weeks. You can go in the corner.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Maybe I'll try when they come out with Tiffany.
Okay. They're all stripper names. Local stripper.
Oh, you're right. It won't be Tiffany. It'll
When
be
does
Destiny,
Sapphire get
yeah.
here?
Destiny, Crystal.
Cinnamon, diamond,
Go with your Destiny.
jade. I'm going to law school. Cheers.
Pay my way through school.
This is yours.
Jasmine.
Thank you for bringing that.
I didn't.
I
Jeff,
appreciate
Jeff.
the
That was
opportunity. Well, I was looking right at him.
I'm gonna
I got
go.
After I looked at everyone and remembered who brought it.
Yeah.
It's good. Can I drink all of it?
You can crack open one of your Rainiers if you want to wash something down.
Yeah. Honestly, I
No one's
should.
gonna fault you for it. If you
I
don't.
probably wouldn't have more than one of these. I really probably.
No,
would.
I think the half of each is probably what I'll
Yeah,
do.
I think a half pint of this is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, as John said, it's drying and it is a little bit clingy.
Anybody else?
It's got like this oil
It's a surprise,
Yeah.
guys.
to it that it clings to you, and
It's a little clawing.
it's a little unpleasant as it sits there. I think the taste is pretty amazing. I am a big fan of this
The
taste.
taste is robust and bold.
Yeah.
And
So
the
so
taste is
if
good.
you like big stouts, it is a nice, big, hearty, chewy stout
Yes.
For me, it's just the texture.
that is very good, but it lingers for too long.
Yeah.
Now time for the king of beers.
Bud Light.
Rainier Jubilee.
Oh,
The
Jubilee.
half quart.
Yeah,
When
it's
you-
just
when you-
regular-
It's a can.
It's just a
It's just
Not
regular
winter-
Rainier,
not winter
guys.
flavor. or
No,
anything
no,
like
it's
that.
just
the
different can. Yeah, and in fact, sometimes the real problem with these is that you can find them year round.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm pretty sure I've only drank Rainier this year from their Winter Jubilee cans.
From last year's
Well,
winter Jubilee.
because
cans.
they go on
That he
sale
bought
after
in May.
Christmas. You can get like a whole case of them for like $10.
Wow.
Oh, thank God.
I have
Thank
more
God.
friends that like this than the average rating. I'm going to give this a 3.75.
I agree with that.
Here was it questionable? Yeah. I think I do. I think gigantic is a little above Fort George.
No, I'd give it the other way around.
Other way, I'd put Fort George above.
I put
No,
Fort George.
I mean, I like their three-way IPA.
Well, three-way had gigantic in it. Oh, one of them. Last
One
year's
of them
did.
did was a collaboration.
The Vortex, the Kvatica Stout.
They're okay. I still think the stuff that Gigantic puts out I like a little bit.
Well, okay, so in my opinion, Gigantic does more traditional Northwest styles. They will venture into the interesting, the hazy, whatever, but they still keep that Northwest style tradition where Fort George is like, screw that, let's do a Belgian. Let's just do a Belgian. Just do it. Let's just throw crap into the wind.
I've seen Gigantic do some one-offs.
But
pretty
yeah.
good. I mean, I'm not saying one's like way above the other. I'm just saying that I like Gigantic. If there's a Fort George and there's a new Gigantic, I'm going to pick the Gigantic before the Fort George.
I'd probably
have
go
a
the
job,
other way.
so I'll probably buy both. I don't care.
Yeah, there's that too. What is although Fort George Gigantic does a Russian Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what the name of it is.
I'm gonna look it up, but
yeah, but way better than this.
Yes, it's way better.
Way better than this. Even my wife, who hates Russian Imperial Stout, she's like, I drink that. Yeah. I'll drink that.
So, what other news do we have?
That's it.
That's pretty much it.
We have CES predictions.
CES predictions. Yeah, let's get into that. I don't have
no idea what to expect, to be honest.
I have no slides ready. We're hearing rumblings from both NVIDIA and AMD. I think there's going to be some kind of announcement. I think from NVIDIA, it's probably going to be an RTX 2060, where it's either going to be announced or it's going to be kind of a quiet release. I have a bold prediction. So I think moderate prediction. I think there's going to be an RTX 2060.
Okay.
I think it's going to be right on par with the GTX 1070.
Got it.
And the leaks that I've seen as far as specs bear that out. It's got about the same number of CUDA cores, about the same level of performance.
Do you think it's going to have RTX enabled in it?
It will have RTX enabled because it is an RTX based card. It is an RTX 2070 or 2060. Excuse me. Bold prediction. I think there will be a GTX 1160. I think there will also be a GTX 1170, 1180, and possibly an 1180 Ti.
That'd be
not announced at CES, but I think there will be non-RTX versions of these cards, possibly Ampere-based, because if you remember back to around April, we had some leaks, some pretty reliable, what I would call them leaks, that NVIDIA cards will be Ampere-based, and they will be... the 11 series cards. So that's how we got into the whole 11 versus 20 series debate.
Yeah.
I think they are going to release both series of cards. I think there will be a GTX series 11 series card, and I think there will be an RTX 20 series of cards. And I think they will coexist in the same environment to just further cook the consumers.
Well, I think my NVIDIA prediction of the big thing is going to be is that they're going to do the mobile versions of the RTX. They're going to do the mobile.
I think they'll do the mobiles and the Max Qs.
Yeah.
Because we've seen leaks for those as well.
All right.
Regan Liar, are your mics and SLI? They are. They are bridged together. They are mono channel, so yes, they are actually working together, not opposing. So I don't have the pan set either way. They're both mono. So
just like the disease John has. That wasn't that funny.
That was hilarious.
That was pretty good.
I liked it.
Well, he is.
Look at him. He's checking in right here, right now.
I'd never checked it in.
I don't know if I've checked it in.
I scanned it in and had to chug it.
No. Maybe after the show.
No,
I don't want it to be on camera that I actually check it.
Why?
I don't want video
I have
evidence of
standards.
this. Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
I think I'm just I'm a beer fan without fear.
I got a reputation to maintain.
I got
Untapped.
I have standards. Yeah. Is what I will say.
You know what? What? So Untapped recently released, or for the 2018 released. Hey, here's your year review.
Your year in review
in 2018, and Steve and I both kind of like privately within our group.
I posted it on the Discord.
On our Discord, and hey, if you're not part of Jeff's Discord, it's only $1 a month. Minimum $1 a month. It'd be great if you did more.
I've been a Patreon since month 1.
Right? It's been fantastic. We have a huge community.
Yeah. 100 people.
100 people. Yeah. Plus, like 7 different chat rooms?
One of my highlights when I was traveling abroad was talking about beers with people. And they were like, wait, you're in that bar?
9.
I was there too. And I was like, yes.
9 different categories of chatting around. Almost 24/7 constant chat.
I'll wake up and I have to read for 20 minutes in the morning while I'm getting coffee to catch up for what happened in the 5 hours that I was asleep overnight.
Check that out. Honestly, minimum $1 a month. If you could do more, that'd be fantastic. You get the keychain like Rhett was talking about. Some other cool perks, Jeff. Early release videos, just bunch of really cool stuff.
When I can.
When he can.
I am not the early release type because my schedule is pretty tight.
But he tries. He does try.
I do try.
But if he gets enough patrons, his schedule clears up.
Yeah.
So
A dollar
but
to a try.
within that, we do talk a lot of beer talk, and so Steve and I did release our personal untapped beer in review. And
You think you had like about 100 more than that?
I had about 100. I had friends that had like
1,000. I saw
1,500.
Yeah.
that's
I was
because
like-
they're lying.
No,
Well, okay,
no.
but
Well, they
I
had tasters at a bar.
There's
they had
tasters.
they had
Tasters
tasters.
are-
They had tasters.
Yeah,
and
sure.
and that was the thing.
Because I know the couple of friends that you're talking about because
Yeah.
I've seen their Untapped
Yeah,
profiles.
and so
they're the kind that goes to a bar and checks in like 11 beers that day. And it's like,
yeah,
you had a
and
taster.
You had a taster, and they admitted that this was a taster.
Right.
Which
so
can you really know a beer after only 2 ounces?
It's average taster's 4 ounces. 4
Can
ounces.
you really know a beer after 4 ounces?
I think you can.
You
Think about this that we just drank,
If,
and we were
if,
like,
if they got a sample, I don't think that's worthy of a check-in. If you got a tulip, I think that's a check-in.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
if
not
you,
asking.
if,
I'm
if
not
you,
asking if
If
it's.
you do,
if
if
you
you
get
do
the-
a flight,
if you
the
do a flight, that's
enough.
fine. Because
I'm not doubting that it's a check-in. I'm saying, can you truly know a beer?
Can you
No,
know
no.
a beer unless you take it home and sleep with it?
Yeah.
bottle it?
So are you,
Or your dreams
so
to each
so
other.
I was like,
you're
just
referring
know each
to how
other.
like I review beer of beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
so,
because
yeah.
that's the same way I drink beer. I guess I show
Yeah.
up to Capitol Tap Room and I go, pull me a pint.
Pull me a pint. Yeah, and you did do that. You were like, give me something that sounds interesting. Okay, there we go. And then at the end of the day, be like, never serve that to me again. Or if you get that again,
That was
give
more
it to me
often than
again.
not.
Yeah.
Or just save this for when I'm drunk.
It's like,
Yeah,
come on, John,
exactly.
how come you don't have Rainier on tap?
Well,
More often than not, that happened. If you're like, as long as it's Star Trek and 4%, give it to me. That was Rhett's MO.
you guys are unfair.
But no, I think for a taster tray, you can, because how I do it is usually I sip everything at once.
Okay.
And then I re-sip everything, and that's when I have my taster. So I've gone through every single step, so my palate has already been cleansed or been balanced
Right.
by everything, and then I re-go through it.
Still watch this down.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know,
No, honestly, that's what it's perfect
really
for.
not
When I was
that-
like, it's too thick, it's coating my mouth.
It is.
It's not. It this complements.
I think the half pint is
stout.
perfect.
No, I think
The-
the half,
yeah.
John.
the half pint is perfect, but still, it's really thick.
But now I got
It's
2 more pints of that back there.
I mean, I'll take one home and
welcome.
review one.
Well, I mean, we got.
You want
looking,
to review?
I'm
Go for
looking,
it.
I'm
I'll
looking
review
forward to the
one.
Canadian breakfast stout.
The Canadian. Yeah, so we got something special.
Oh yeah.
So
I'll have some of that.
I don't remember what we were talking. We were talking about beer.
I don't know, but regardless.
But I do believe 4 ounces. You can review a beer within 4 ounces.
Yeah.
As long as you have enough, or other beers to review. I do believe that. Now, the particular friends that I was talking about, yes, they are literally just 1 ounce. I checked in a beer. 1 ounce, checked in a beer.
Yep.
1 ounce, checked in a beer.
Yep.
Yes. There are about 2 friends I
Okay.
know personally
Now
that
get a
did
little
do
bit
like
of
the 1,200
Yeah,
beers.
like I said,
and
I got it on the
they're
nose. That's where
a
I'm
pint
getting.
a person
And
type
between
thing. And I was
that
like,
and tasting
See,
a lot of that
even
bread,
me,
I'm getting
I
like a
always feel
banana
like-
bread, almost a nut
obviously,
coffee.
expensive
kind of
craft
yeah.
beers are not going to be the type of thing
still
that you would
lingers,
chug. But
but
I
it's-
used to
Yeah.
go to like Roth's, and we'd get a 6-pack, 3 of us, get a 6-pack, and you drink one, and you take notes on like, all the flavor, the body, the texture, all this sort of stuff. Then the next one was for chugging.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
And then
Exactly.
you'd rate it on its chuggability.
Oh yeah, no, that what's funny is I actually kind of saw a couple of reviewers when I was trying to do my channel, like there is what's the chuggability?
Yeah.
Because there's
like,
some beers that are more
they're
chuggable.
Well, usually
Then,
like
what?
lagers.
But it's the lagers, there's the IPA, but the lawnmower. Do you want to know what is the chuggability of this beer? Is this a sipping beer? Is this
Well,
a
you're not going to spend
chuggability
$9 on a chugger.
Yeah.
And that's what I was just saying. It's like we would go to Ross and we get like the mid-tier
This-
6-pack.
But
This-
do you,
this-
but,
this
but,
one-
do you want a $10 or a 10% chuggability beer? We're like, I need to get drunk quick, and I don't have
Just
a
take a
shot.
shot.
And,
There was
but
that
what if I
guy-
don't?
Alright.
What if I don't? What if
I
I got
saw-
a beer in my
fair
fridge?
Shug Knight would be a $3 chuggable beer at 14%. This beer was $16 for 4 cans.
That's not a chuggable.
It's a
feel
$4
bad for
pint.
not liking
You
it.
can't chug this beer.
But although I will say,
puked about halfway
a
through.
$4 pint for this,
Yeah, not bad.
that's actually not
There was
bad.
that guy, that YouTube guy, who
feel
did the
bad.
review of Utopia,
Yeah. Oh, and he slammed it.
and he slammed.
The Alabama guy.
Yeah, he was like, it was like
Mhm.
Utopia, as you guys don't know, it's like a $120 beer from
Sam Adams.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like their pinnacle, and it's a very sought after beer. It's very hard to find.
Yeah. We
This
tried
guy-
finding it.
This guy got a hold of a bottle and he
chugged it.
He chugged a $120 bottle of beer. He's like, yeah, that's good.
That was
his
pretty
review.
solid.
Exactly. That's exactly what he did.
That was his
That's
review.
exactly
You
what he did.
know, one of the highlights of going to New England was when I drank a cold Sam Adams, not 10 yards from a cold Sam Adams, buried in the ground and dead.
You're like, and you're pissing on Sam Adams. You're like,
You walk up to the bar and they're like, "What would you like?" And you're like, "Well, I pretty much have to have a Sam Adams." They go, "Okay, good. We thought we had to kill you."
I sought that whole beer. I sought that bar out just to do that, and I was like, "How often do people do this?" And they're like, "People won't shut up about it."
Now you walked in, they were like, "Hey, you guys got that George Washington Budweiser?"
The one thing that they had in Boston from Boston Brewing that you can't really get anywhere else is the Freedom Trail Brick Red beer. It was actually pretty good, but you can only get it at select bars along the Freedom Trail,
No,
which you can also do in Fallout 4.
not
the Freedom
76.
Yeah, the Freedom Trail. yes.
Not the beer.
All right.
All right.
So-
what do we got?
So we do have a question.
Let's do some questions.
So so CES predictions. Getting into that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do we feel about the recent rumor that Navi will not be released? Instead, we'll be seeing Vega 2. I think we will be seeing re-releases of Vega and RX products, unfortunately. Because remember, the RX 590 was a die shrink. It went from 14 nanometer down to 12 nanometer plus. Yeah. I think we're going to see a similar thing for AMD's entire line. I think we're going to see Vega shrink from 14 nanometer down to 12 nanometer plus. I think there might be a teasing of Navi, because we know Navi has been released or is being released on the enterprise side of things. We are very, very close to that. I think like early February, they're supposed to start shipping the AI cards with Navi 7 nanometers of base. I think the same thing with Zen 3, or with Zen 2, so Ryzen 3rd generation. I think we're going to see hints, but we're not going to see specific product names until a little bit later in the year. Now, I think AMD has narrowed in on the product names, and I think they may share those in private with tech reviewers and tech sites. But I don't think we're going to see, to the public, we have the 3700X at 12 core, at 12 core 24 thread. We have the 3600X at 8 core 16 thread. Here's the clock speeds. Here's the. We're not going to see that. What we're going to see is Zen 2, official Zen 2, so 3rd generation Ryzen is coming late March, early April. I think there's going to be an announcement, and I think there's going to be like one spec line of a processor in that line announced, but no hard evidence, no hard materials, no hard benchmarks, no hard numbers. That's what I think is going to happen. Because AMD, when they release things, they want the press behind them as far as, I want the hype to build and I don't want to have to pay for it. And unless they get tech into my hands and I can go, oh my God, this is the best thing since sliced bread, which I just had inside of that beer. And wow, this is going head to head with a 9900K at 2/3 the price, and it's drawing 120 watts instead of 190 watts, and it's overclocking to 4.8 gigahertz, and oh my God, this is freaking amazing at 16 cores. They're not going to do it. They're going to hold an official press event with invited press to that event so they can show it off in person, where you are 100% in their ball court to get that information. They're not going to release that at CES, where there's a million other things to cover, as just kind of a side note. They would have advertised that to press already, and they haven't done that. So that's what I think. I think we're going to get some teases of Zen 2, some teases of Navi, and probably a refresh of the RX line. And the RX line includes Vega, because remember, RX Vega is the official name of the product. So I think we're going to get a refresh of the Vega line.
So you're thinking we're going to get a lot of AMD stuff, graphics card, processors, essentially.
Right.
Nothing Intel?
No.
So we're gonna have a
I think
Intel.
Intel is going to be on machine learning. It's going to be on drones. It's going to be on 5G technology. It's going to be on other things that are not
5G.
CPU
I think,
5G
okay,
is
here's the thing that I predict with Intel's going to have a new processor out. It's going to have 2 more cores when they're max commercial. They're commercial, not server line, but they're commercial.
So the i9, they'll
have
pump
a 10
out.
core.
Yeah.
10 core
They just came out with that 2 months ago, though. November, they released 9900K at 8 core.
No, 10 core.
10 core. He's saying 10.
I don't think they're going to go.
You don't think they're going to go 10 core with the glued processor?
There's no room on the die. There's no physical room
glue.
on it, and we know 10 nanometer
There's
doesn't
glue.
work.
They do hot glue, and
Right.
that's what they do.
Right.
Intel does hot glue.
Right. Hot glue, the best glue.
The
Trust
best-
me, the best glue.
Because as the
you
as the
don't call it
processor
sexy
heats up,
glue.
it becomes warmer.
Sorry, right.
It's sexy glue.
It's the
not hot glue.
sexiest glue.
Sexy glue.
They get it on the strip. That's why it's in Vegas.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think we're going to really have anything of note for the PC side of things as
From
far as
Intel.
Intel.
No,
So-
the 5G.
Well, I mean,
was
there's been a lot of rumors with Intel with a discrete graphics card. But I
very
don't know.
discreet. Very discreet.
But
Like,
again,
I
so
never-
discreet.
That's been
So
rumors.
never gonna hear anything
That's
so
about it.
discreet.
for a
It's
long
like
time,
it's
and it never
corner,
materialized
like,
into anything.
back alley.
of
I've
substantial
never heard
note.
of it.
It's never materialized. We know they're spinning up a fab in Canada.
Yes.
To
like,
house.
let's try other countries first.
Right, to spin up their GPU fabs, and we know it's coming.
The
But again,
country
the
that-
same kind of deal with Intel is they want to control the press release from beginning to end. They don't want it to be in the middle of a product cycle or the middle of a million other releases.
Right.
They want to control that 100%.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be at CES.
And what I'm not getting from Intel or AMD is we have a big announcement, be at the press conference, because that is what is going to be the thing at CES. I'm not getting that at all.
Yeah, no, I know it's rumored, and I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's something that's kind of bubbling in the background that might be there. But
It's bubbling in the background. I think maybe Computex, there might be some kind of announcement. But if I had to bank on it, I don't think we'll see anything from Intel as far as an official release outside of like stock earnings, stock reports, until probably next January.
You seemed like you had something to say, Rhett.
He wanted another Rainier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Crack me another gold one.
So, as anyone that's watched us, Jeff and Rhett will be at CES. So, personally, now let's get rid of tech stuff or any personal stuff you guys are interested in.
This is what I was
like
just
not
gonna ask.
non-video game, non-computer. Like,
They want to go see the strippers and
like,
things.
well, yeah. But just like, hey, there's this really cool tech or weird tech robot or whatever.
Well, that's
anything the two of you want to go check out.
I think that with the advent of a lot of the Alexa being very popular and a lot of AI,
I saw some of
I
that.
think there's going to be a lot of AI enabled devices.
Yeah, I saw a lot of like Alexa and what was that other one? Trying to enable cross-platform AI. But I was more interested. What are you two interested in finding? Because the two of you are going to be there, and you're going to have some time off, other than drinking. Because I know you're going to do a lot of that.
Here's the thing that people don't know about CES: is CES and the adult film.
No, they don't happen at the same time anymore.
Oh, they don't.
They don't.
They used to though.
They used to.
I
it used to be the AVNs,
I
the
was
adult
gonna say,
video.
like with the
my
advent
gosh.
of AI and the advent of they're going to be a crossover. There's
Oh,
gonna be
that!
like bleeding.
If I knew that, I'd have been like, vacation, babe. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
So here was old school Vegas for CES. Was there a bunch of nerds that descended on Vegas for the first week of January? The Adult Video Awards or the Adult Film Awards,
Happened at the same
AFAs, were the same exact week, and so you'd have a whole bunch of porn stars with a whole bunch of geeks with like
With
white button
money,
ups,
yeah.
with a lot of money that. And they'd both be here like, what are you here for? Well, I'm here for the new Intel release. And okay, you're in that line.
Yeah. So what line?
What are you here for? What do you think I'm here for?
What line are you guys gonna? So what are you guys just looking forward to?
Well, this is what I was going to bring up a little bit ago, is because I'm honestly not sure. I've sort of been like trying to not overhype anything in my own mind. I really want to try and get like the raw experience, especially the things that we have lined up that we're supposed to be focusing on. But one thing that's piqued my curiosity this year was like news about like the Oculus Quest. And I was wondering, like, is Oculus going to have a presence there? And
I read about something like that, yeah.
Because I saw that they had big news in 2019. Is that going to be as early as CES?
No, I did see that an Oculus announcement is supposed to happen at CES.
It is supposed to.
I don't know what, but I heard.
I didn't get any releases. I am hoping to visit their booth on the show floor.
And that's one thing that that interests me. Just
right.
Yeah.
So the way CES works from a press side is there is the show floor, and the show floor is big for a lot of people. But as far as the PC side of things, a lot of the meetings happen in private suites. They happen in the hotels that are not at the Las Vegas Convention Center. So Rhett and I will be spending most of our time at Caesar's Palace, at the Venetian, at the Bellagio. Not drinking, actually. We'll be drinking at night.
Yeah.
We'll be drinking at night.
But Red's going to have his like handheld thing.
But working primarily.
There goes with another Rainier.
There goes a Rainier. How many Rainiers did it take before I pee?
So anyway, so Rhett and I will be spending a bulk of our time in these private meetings. I've booked a whole bunch of them. We're meeting with quite a few different people. Anyway, we are spending an entire day and a half on the show floor because I want to walk around and I want to find things like you're talking about.
Yes.
I want to find things that
interesting,
I'm excited about.
the weird.
Yeah.
And
that's what it's about. So.
Yeah, no, like I was even reading. I was like, because you asked, like, hey, CES. I was like, I was looking at articles and someone was NVIDIA or someone 65-inch graphics TV monitor, like. I want to have that.
Well, that was announced last year, and I got to see one of the first demo versions.
Yeah, but that
was really cool.
Yeah, it's like, can I have that again? That's what I want.
Well, but see that so
I want those little bots and bull crap.
So NVIDIA showed that off in a private booth last year. Their BFGS or BFGDs.
BFGDs.
They're big format, big format gaming displays, which were 65-inch 4K, 120 hertz with G-Sync enabled, and they still haven't made it to market. They're like $5,000, but they still haven't made it to actual consumer market yet.
And they're hoping this year.
Right, but anyway, one of the things that
$5,000 really consumer market.
It is actually.
You make
but one of the things that CES is known for is there's always a company that puts on a big show. And last year, LG probably had the biggest show. They had an entire tunnel that you walked through made of curved OLED TVs.
Oh.
And so they had a bunch. I say a bunch. They had probably close to 1,000 curved OLED 65 or 70-inch TVs set up that were like wrapped around this tunnel that you walked through, and it went through like this canyon that went through the Arctic, and it changed weather patterns and everything. That was unreal to walk through. And so things like that, I'm really, really hyped to go see.
Yeah,
because there's going to be something else like that that's just like a mind-blowing experience.
I almost hope, like, I know you guys are going to probably report on, like, hey, there's this one people doing this, but, I really hope you're sober enough to do kind of at least one review of, here's a broad spectrum of CES.
So my plan for
one day.
I'll just go over my
I don't plan on being just blackout drunk.
You're gonna be black. Okay, well, yeah, you're drinking right
now from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. all bets are off.
Yeah.
But from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm working. I am there to work. I'm not narrowed.
I get that. And I get that. Last year, because I remember you at last year, because privately and on Discord, Jeff would message everyone from CES, because this was very early on. And you had a lot of material.
No, I wasn't verifying. Discord wasn't a thing in March. In January.
But you had material.
Yes.
You had material, and unfortunately, you just didn't have the time.
Right.
You didn't have the time. And that's why you were bringing Red along. And hopefully, maybe even next year, Steve and I will come. And the four of us, hopefully 2020 will be the best one yet.
And it's not like you guys weren't welcome.
It's not like we're not. We just have, Steve and I have a busy...
I have to get my hooker addiction under control.
Yes, I have a...
That's right, your sponsor won't let you go
my
anywhere.
Coke addiction... my Coke addiction has to go down at least 20% before we can do it. Anyway, you also have a comment.
Oh, I do.
There you go.
Skull, my man.
He's getting some rain.
Glad to be around for 2018. Let's keep it going into 2019 and 100K.
Damn it.
I'm aiming for 200K in 2019.
Yeah.
I want 200K by December 31st.
Oh, you'll probably get it.
That's what I want.
It'll be fine.
That's what I want. Anyway, so last year my schedule was booked tight. Now I was covering CES with Modders Inc. I was a part of Modders Inc. at the time. I was doing video work for them and a little bit of on-camera work. And I kind of evolved into doing their YouTube channel. I have since left Modders Inc. Love those guys, but I just don't have time to do their content anymore. Anyway, I've since left Modders Inc. I'm covering CES on my own this year. It is just Jeff with Craft Computing, and getting into the industry when you only have a year in the industry is tricky.
You want that beverage.
So what I plan on doing is we're flying in first thing Sunday morning, and I don't have a lot of plans Sunday through Tuesday. So we have a couple press conferences to make on Monday,
Yes.
as well as another meeting at lunchtime.
Right.
You just want to taste it?
But the entire day Sunday, Rhett and I are just going to vlog getting into Vegas.
I am.
And
Okay.
we're gonna cut that video and we're gonna post it Monday morning.
It's a good taster. All right. So.
On Monday we have one meeting and two press conferences. We're gonna film a wrap up of those meetings, and we're gonna post that Monday night. On Tuesday we are on the show floor the whole day. So we're going to walk around and try to find those obscure things that are, oh my God, this is what this company's doing. Wow, this is really weird. This is really cool. This is something I didn't expect. This is something I've been expecting. Okay, I can wait. So we're going to try to find on Tuesday the cool experience, but we're going to vlog the entire day. Our plan for Tuesday afternoon is to try to edit that video and get it posted on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have a whole bunch of private meetings and suites, and we will be broadcasting live from an undisclosed booth, as of yet, Talking Heads, Wednesday night, live from Vegas at 5:30 p.m.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Bet you guys are jealous.
Yeah.
I bet they won't pour us even drinks as I
And
used
here's
to.
something
There we
fun.
go.
Me and Jeff have been talking about some touristy things we could do Sunday when we get there,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of Monday. If you guys
Have any ideas?
have any ideas, specifically maybe someplace you want to see us do a little
Quick.
release vlog.
Yeah.
Funny
from,
Ranch.
That's no.
Vintage Vegas. Well, not vintage Vegas, but
But if you guys have any places where you might want to see us, give some shout outs and maybe share some.
because we have all day Sunday and most of the day on Friday to do whatever tourist attractions we want. So Wednesday we'll not be posting an actual video, but we will be broadcasting live. There will also be videos coming on Thursday and Friday. So I'm trying to do one video per day that we are at the show.
Hopefully, if they're sober enough, but that probably won't happen.
We're going to be sober during the day, John.
Yeah.
You know you won't be.
You're not there, so it's going to be pretty easy to keep.
John,
it.
there's no John, during the day.
Oh,
There's no time to drink.
Out.
Yeah. No,
My
there isn't.
boss is going to be watching me every second.
Time to drink.
He's on my payroll.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Anyways, so as Jeff, I'm going to give a quick cut. So we are be drinking the Founders CBS's the Canadian Breakfast Stout 2018
It's
vintage. 11.9%. This is a bourbon barrel-aged coffee with Canadian maple syrup.
Take me to bed or lose me forever.
This is so fucking good.
So, enjoy, everyone. Clink, clink,
Oh, I'll clink this.
clink, clink.
Clank me,
clink.
you dirty boys.
This is the pinnacle.
Jeff always says I never bring good beer to the show.
No, this
So
is
This doesn't make up for a year's worth of shit.
this is
This should.
It's good, but it's...
This is why I knew that I could bring Rainier.
yeah.
When the bottle still feels like it's heavy enough to still have beer in it,
Yeah.
it should be good enough.
No, this has got like a thick, creamy mouth.
This
This
is-
is good.
So
Sweet,
compare,
bourbony,
yeah, this
It's
is
less oily than that.
this
other
is
than
about
the Fort George.
3% bigger than the Fort George,
Yeah.
but it still has a better mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Right, and I think it's like, yeah, that Fort George George. It
For
felt
George.
super like oily in my mouth, and I kept saying it, and maybe I'm wrong, but it felt like it was coating my tongue and all this stuff. This has none of that.
No.
Right.
It's thick,
It's thick, it's bold,
but it doesn't coat.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think Steve was saying with the Fort George, he's expecting that bourbon barrel edge. This has that bourbon barrel edge, which smooths that out. But then on top of that, they give that maple syrup.
You've got maple syrup. There's almost
maple.
like a pancake batter to it.
Yeah, I was going to say some sort of battery.
So I'm getting some similar notes out of this that I'm getting out of the Fort George. I'm getting that bready feel to
You
it.
get that, but
it's more like singed pancakes covered in like bacon and maple syrup.
Yes.
exact bacon and maple syrup is really
Well, there's
kind
no
of
bacon in there.
no.
Well, I'm
not
saying,
fucking-
but it's that similar
but
like.
it's breakfasty feel.
yeah, breakfast.
Right.
It
Yeah,
reminds
sure.
me of
Maybe that's
I
what I'm
want to
getting.
have coffee, bacon,
Yeah.
I would have this with
pancakes
breakfast.
and syrup. Yeah,
Would
I
you?
I would.
oh totally would.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, Rhett's so stupid for asking.
unfortunately,
Actually, Rhett.
I would love to try this
I
warmed
have
up,
not.
but I don't want to spend the amount of money this bottle
I don't-
costs.
Well, how much did it cost?
A lot.
A lot.
I don't
Yeah,
want.
let's not
I don't
heat it
want.
up.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see the guilt
A quarter
in
of
my
a
wife's
hundred.
eyes while eating pancakes and drinking beer in the morning.
Yeah, see, it's about a $20 pint.
Yeah, it's a $20 pint.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you.
yes.
Maybe they should give Craft Computing a call. Maybe we can hook up a
Oh,
sponsorship
it'd be
deal. We can
fantastic.
do a beer
Founders,
review.
they're
heat
in
it up.
Colorado. They're
We can heat it
Craft
up, but we can
Computing,
only heat it up.
Hops and brews.
No,
I was
Craft
gonna
Computing.
put the Craft Computing spin on this. I was gonna put the Craft
John,
Computing spin on
it has to make advertising sense for them.
Oh, shut up.
But,
it has to reach an audience.
but here's the spin, right? We open up a computer case
I can
and
get
we,
you 200
we heat it up on the
views.
processor. You just put it right
warm
down
area.
on there.
Hey, I got
Start
a
stirring it up.
video
Don't worry,
that has
guys. Another
500.
20 minutes. We're gonna.
I wonder if I could make a flip by overclocking an old
That's what I was just
AMDFX
Right.
and boiling a beer.
Why not?
I
bet you could.
I have a 2000.
well, you'd have to get a different glass because glass is not the best conductor of heat.
Right. And
So
that's
if
a
you get
thick bottom.
Okay, if you got like
Like
an
copper
actual
mug.
Moscow
copper,
Mill copper mug, that's what
Copper.
I
I got copper mugs.
Yeah, you
Copper
can,
conducts heat.
not
super
not
well.
not the copper lined ones. It's some of
No,
them
no,
that
no,
are
no.
like a
Yeah, you got the
solid
really. You and
copper
Rhett
mugs.
did a really good video of the super all copper.
Yeah, has to be all copper because there's a lot.
He
of,
got all the goodies
There's a
just
lot of those
for that
Moscow Mule ones
episode.
Oh yeah, I
Don't
know.
have that.
It's copper, copper, copper.
Yeah,
Copper, copper,
copper
copper,
straw.
copper.
even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that conducts.
I got a copper jigger. I got a copper straw.
Nice. Yeah.
Spoon.
Everything tastes like the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
Have you ever tasted the
Tastes
Statue
like
of Liberty?
I.
So, by the way, Moscow
Hey.
Mules in this mug are freaking amazing.
That's the joke I wanted to take.
You guys are the worst.
I'm gonna leave that there.
Funny.
That's a great
Very
spot to
Come on now,
end.
come on now.
That's a great spot to end. Thank you guys so much for watching episode
Oh,
63
that's it! Oh!
of Talking
Oh,
Heads.
guys! Oh,
All
there
right.
we go.
We need to
It
talk
has
about
been a
Star
great
Trek.
time.
By the way,
Wait, one more time, Rhett. Here we go.
clink,
Clink, clink, clink, clink.
clink, clink, clink.
Happy New Year,
Happy New
everyone.
Year, guys.
We will see you live from Vegas next
Yeah.
week, next Wednesday, Talking Heads at 5:30 Pacific, a little bit earlier than normal. It's going to be a great show. There should be almost daily videos. I'm really hoping if there's time, and as John said, if I'm sober enough in the evenings to edit them.
Yeah.
But should be a great week regardless. There will be a lot of content coming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Yep. Check out Jeff's Discord.
Check out the Discord.